Welcome into the Murphy Center, the site of the TSSAA Class 3A State Championship game between the Upperman Lady Bees and the Dyersburg Lady Trojans. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network, joined at the table by the lovely Jacob Vincent. As we are 12 minutes away from tip-off, tonight's game is presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. And we've got a great one on tap. The final game in girls basketball in the state of Tennessee is the Class 3A title game. And let's get into it, into the Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show. First, let us know in the comments section who you are, where you're listening from, and who you're cheering for. I imagine it's going to be a very partisan crowd tuning in from the Baxter area and beyond as we are live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. A lot to get into. We have about 18 minutes or so to tip off here in the Glass House, so plenty of time. And let's first look at the macro view here, Jacob. The Dyersburg Lady Trojans under head coach Tim Strayhorn, an absolute resurgence over the past couple of years. They are 29-4 on the season. 2 years ago, they won just 6 games. Last year, made the state tournament. Now, for just the second time in school history, they made the state championship game. But on the other side, it's the perennial powerhouse, the Upperman Lady Bees under head coach Dana McWilliams with a record of 30 victories and 6 losses. This, their 5th state title game in the last 9 seasons. Their 12th all-time appearance in this state tournament. They have won their last 3 championship games that they are in. Dyersburg never won a championship, but one thing we know, once you get here, what you did in years past doesn't matter. The only thing that matters, the next 32 minutes here on MTSU's home floor.
And it's really interesting to see how either of these teams are going to start out in the basketball game, because for Upperman, obviously, they were here last year, but there's a lot of young players on this team this year. And you kind of came into this year, especially with the Upperman team, and you thought of it kind of as a rebuild year, as a year that you didn't expect them to be playing for a gold ball. But they are back here because the tradition is so strong, the pedigree is so strong within their program, and they are back here and playing for a gold ball. And you can say the same thing for Dyersburg as well, wondering how they start out. You said it. They won 6 games 2 seasons ago. They made the state tournament last year. They fell in the quarterfinals to Elizabethton. They're back here in the state championship this year. And their MO this year, they're going to get after you defensively. They're going to press you at 94 feet. And they're going to try to create turnovers. And something they did in their 2 wins so far in the state tournament is create those turnovers. Against Jackson Southside in the quarterfinals, they forced 24 Jackson Southside turnovers into 27 points for their own. Against Cobb County in the semifinals, 23 turnovers to 25 points. You and I were kind of talking about it before this one. Upperman has to limit those turnovers. You cannot give any points in the turnover game to this Dyersburg team, because you feel like if you can get them into the half court, they're going to struggle to score against you.
Yeah, both of these 2 teams have separated themselves from the pack in this tournament, both with 2 double-digit victories apiece. As we look at the journey, you hit on it a little bit there. Dyersburg got the big opening win over the reigning champs. Jackson Southside goes down 59-47. Then yesterday they roll away late 74-51 against Cobb County. The Lady Bees, though, every bit as impressive, if not more so. A 64-49 victory over Greenville. And then one of the more dominant games we've ever seen at the Murphy Center in any classification. 44-14 over South Gibson yesterday. The 2-3 zone of Upperman under Dana McWilliams has been an impenetrable gauntlet over the last 2 weeks, and Dyersburg will see if they can use their athleticism to try and solve it, but right now that is a lot easier said than done.
I don't care who you're playing. When you make the semifinals and you only allow a team to score 14 points and you only allow them to score 1 in the second and third quarters, it's a phenomenal show of defense on that side. And I don't even know if you consider it elite defense or great defense. There's got to be a new name for that, how good a defense they played in those second and third quarters, and really for the all ball game long as well. You only gave up 14 points in a state semifinal, and that was a South Gibson team that had made the semifinals for the 2nd year in a row. They fell to Livingston last year, come back this year, and they fall to the Upperman Lady Bees, and they're going to be having nightmares of the 7 AAA district going into next season. But for Upperman, they're back here in this championship game yet again, and I even think we may have thought that this was a surprise for some of us until obviously we've seen them play throughout this season. But you can't doubt Coach McWilliams. You can't doubt this Upperman team. You can't doubt these players, because they prove time in and time out that they are just going to win games. They are going to get back here, and the tradition is so strong, and a big reason why they are back here in this game. Sure, tournament might not be as strong as other years. You still got to win the games you play, and they've won each of them pretty easily.
and very different pedigrees with these two programs. Dyersburg is making its 12th state tournament appearance. That ties Upperman, but they've had very little success here. Just their second title game. The first came back in 2005 where they fell to Mount Juliet. So they are 0-1 all time. They're 8-11 all time in this state tournament. Upperman, on the other hand, their 12th state tournament, their 7th title game. They're 3-3, but as I mentioned earlier, they've won their last 3 championship games, 17, 18, and in 21. They're 20-7 all time in the tournament. 5 out of their last 9 trips here, 5 of the last 9 years they've been into this state championship game. And remember, one of those other years, the COVID year, they were in the Final Four, and they were a pretty big favorite in their semifinal game as we were barreling towards a 5th matchup again between Upperman and Macon County. You can't say they were definitely going to win the championship that year, but it feels pretty safe to say they were going to make the title game that year. It's been a dynastic run that Upperman has been on. They have a ton more experience recently in this gym. As I mentioned, the 30th season for Dana McWilliams, 12th state appearance. Just under half the time in her entire career, they made the state tournament. Coach Tim Strayhorn, he's doing a tremendous job at Dyersburg. But just in his 3rd season, he graduated from Dyersburg back in 1982. He's got him in the state tournament twice, trying to get him over the hump. But it's a big hump in their way in the form of this Lady Bees program.
You can't say enough about the turnaround that Coach Strayhorn has done with this Dyersburg program. You go from 6 wins so now you're playing some of the best teams in the state. You're beating Jackson Southside in the quarterfinals. You're beating Cott County in the semifinals. You're making your first state championship game since 2005 and just 2nd in school history. He's done a tremendous job with this program, and this program is playing with a lot of passion. They're playing really well defensively. They get after you, and a player to watch out for them is going to be Joya Crawford in this game, who's averaging 16 points. She was injured for a little bit of this season, came back in the second half of the season, and has been playing some really good basketball. She had 27 and 9 yesterday against Cott County in a game that was fairly close going to the 4th quarter, and then they just kept on extending after getting turnover after turnover. And in that Jackson Southside game, if you'll remember, that was the game that we were sitting here watching, Noah, that it was tied late close in that game with about a couple minutes to play. A lot of things happened in the latter part of that game, but they were Dyersburg, credit to them. They made the plays that mattered. They got a couple of shots to fall. They end up winning it by 8 or 9 points in the quarterfinal game, and they're over here to the championship game. And this is actually one that won 59-47, so they win it by 12. And then they dominated Cott County in the semifinals, and they really extended it late in that one. But they're playing really good basketball right now. These are absolutely the 2 best teams in the classification going at it.
Dyersburg with a 29-4 record. Their losses this year to that South Gibson team. They also revenged that loss by beating them by 5 points in the region championship game. Joya Crawford did not play in the loss. She did play in that win for them. Huntington, who was in this tournament, Bartlett, who was in this tournament, and a team out of Ohio. For Upperman, Creekwood, who was a sub-state team, Cott County, who was in this tournament back in December. They lost to White County, of course, twice, and then Livingston and Stone in back-to-back games in the district tournament. Went back to the drawing board a little bit and looked very different outside of that district tournament that we saw at the Hooper Evelyn Center. You talked about Joya Crawford, also a name to watch for Dyersburg. Shelby Jordan averaging 12.5 points per game. But Upperman, their sophomore duo has really emerged. Taylor Delenti, unconscious, shooting the ball in this tournament. She's 10 of 13. Gracie Butler looks every bit the part of the superstar that we thought she would be entering this season. And their senior point guard, Bella Mullins, we bring her up in particular. She's playing great ball, the MVP of the region tournament. They need her to be sensational tonight in her final game against this pressure out of the Lady Trojans.
And they've been really good through the first 2 games. And you mentioned Taylor Delenti. I remember talking about it in the quarterfinal game that they really struggled to shoot the basketball in their last college arena that they played in at Tennessee Tech. Well, they put to bed those rumors coming in here to the Murphy Center. I mean, Taylor Delenti has been absolutely on fire from outside. And listen, the coaches know that she's going to shoot the 3, and she's still getting open shots. I mean, I don't know what you can do more defensively against her right now because she is having either a defender on her. And also, Coach McWilliams is doing a really good job of getting open screens for her, getting her open shots. And then you bring in Sadie South, and it's even harder to guard them because you can run both of them off of screens. You can get both of them open for shots, and obviously they've been hitting a lot of them. Sadie South hit a couple of big ones in the semifinals yesterday in their big win. But, I mean, they're shooting the basketball really well. Bella Mullins is going to have a very key game, and this is where we kind of talked about the ball handlers yesterday. This is a massive game for those ball handlers because Bella Mullins cannot turn the ball over. Gracie Butler cannot turn the ball over. You're going to get a few of them. It's just going to happen the way they play defense.
We talked before the game. 15, probably the magic number. You can keep it to 15 or less, you're going to be okay. You feel really good about Upperman in the half court defensively. They're going to be able to limit this Dyersburg team. But Dyersburg, the reason they've had these double-digit victories is late in games, they turn teams over, get them going too fast, and they've added on to stretch out what were fairly tight games, especially the first one against Jackson Southside. If you're wondering about the press for Dyersburg, it's not exactly like that south side pressure that we saw a year ago, that up-in-your grill pressure. They will do that some, but it's much more using their athleticism and their length in the passing lanes. They come up and have trappers who are standing maybe a couple of feet away from the ball handlers, so you don't have room to work, and then you think you have an open passing lane, and all of a sudden there's a Lady Trojan in the way, and they're going the other way. No question about it. Dyersburg, they want to speed this game up tonight and get up and down the floor. Upperman wants to slow it down, go methodical, keep the game in the 30s, low 40s. Dyersburg wants it to be in the upper 50s, low 60s.
Yeah, absolutely. And they want to get that score up there as high as possible, and they want to get on a run. And once they get on a run, they play with all kinds of momentum. And they got a pretty good crowd on hand as well. It is a long drive from Dyersburg all the way almost in Missouri and West Tennessee. They are almost all the way to the state line over on that side of the state. Obviously, Upperman, not quite as far, about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes down the road, depending on where you live. And a little bit closer of a drive for them. A fairly good crowd for Dyersburg, and they may outnumber the fans from Baxter right now. And but they're starting to file in still a little bit. We got about 150 until they'll start the festivities before the game. We'll still have about 7 or 8 minutes before tip-off actually gets underway. But, I mean, can't say enough about this Upperman program. They're back here in the Glass House. They're back here in the championship game. It seems like every year we're back here, we're covering them, and we're going to Saturday.
Yeah, and you know, you can't minimize what these Lady Bees have done. Unfortunately, some people have tried to minimize what these Lady Bees have done. The fact of the matter is there's only 2 teams left playing in this classification. Plenty of others were playing. They didn't make it here for a reason. In this classification or in any other, the run that they're on, incredibly impressive, especially when you consider the fact that back in December, very few people, and I mean very few, if any, thought the Lady Bees would be in this tournament, let alone on Saturday playing for another gold ball in this tournament.
Well, especially when you lose back-to-back games in the district tournament. You lose to Stone Memorial and Livingston Academy, and you go as a 4 seed to Tullahoma, the number 1 seed on the road, hosting in the region tournament as well. And you play well in that game, you dominate in the region semifinals, and then you're able to get a region championship victory, host a sub-state game, and they've been playing dominant basketball ever since they beat White County. It hasn't been close.
As we will get to the pregame festivities, we will take a quick break and come right back with the Swallows Insurance starting lineups and all the action from the Glass House. It's the Class 3A state championship game. The Dyersburg Lady Trojans taking on the Upperman Lady Bees. All the action when we come back. Coverage presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. And you're listening to it on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Will Roberson and Tony Craighead are your local personal injury, family law, divorce, and criminal law experts. With over 60 years of combined legal experience, Will Roberson and Tony Craighead will go to work for you. For more information, visit cookvilleattorneys.com or call 931-526-5060. Will Roberson and Tony Craighead, attorneys at law, are proud to support the Lady Bees in their quest for the gold ball, and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Race TN Series is coming to Cookeville on March 23rd. See the best indoor and ATV motorcycle racing on the dirt at the Dyersburg Ag Center, with practice starting at 2 and main heat starting at 6. Pit passes are just $20, so make your plans now. Want in on the action? Pre-register at racetnseries.com. That's racetnseries.com. For more information, visit Race TN Series on Facebook and Instagram. The most exciting ATV and motorcycle racing goes down on March 23rd at the Dyersburg Ag Center for the first time ever. Don't miss it.
Buckeye Home Medical Equipment, serving you since 1984. For all of your in-home durable medical equipment needs, including oxygen, CPAPs, BiPAPs, power wheelchairs, and so much more. Convenient locations across the Upper Cumberland. Visit whybuckeye.com today for additional store locations and information.
Sonja Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonja handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonja Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonja Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center as we sit moments away from tip-off in the Class 3A Girls State Championship game. It's Dyersburg against Upperman. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vincent. Happy to be along with you. Hey, listen, if you want to watch this game visually, it's on TV statewide on MyTV 30 locally in the mid-state. For most of you in the Upper Cumberland, you will get that station. If you're on Twin Lakes, it's a different channel. I'm not sure what it is. It's also on NFHS Network, but you're going to want to hear our commentary because obviously we know more. It just is what it is. We know more about these teams. So here's what you can do. We're going to be about 2 minutes ahead of the NFHS Network feed. So we encourage you to go to YouTube if you want to sync it up. If you want to just listen audio, stick with us here on the main Facebook page. But if you want to sync us up with video, you're going to hear me say lead official walks in, throws it up, and let's get it on. As soon as I say throws it up, hit pause on our stream on YouTube. Once you have it on your TV or on a different tab on your computer or a tablet, or even on your phone, you're going to want to hit play on our stream the second you see the lead official throw the ball up for the opening tip. You hit play on our stream when that happens, and you'll be synced up from there with our audio and that video. But if you don't want to go through that process, I promise you'll know exactly what's happening here at the Murphy Center. Every step of the way, we're pretty good at describing the action here, if I do say so myself. It's time for the Swallows Insurance starting lineups. First, from the Dyersburg Lady Trojans, the home team here in the Murphy Center to our right here on Media Road under head coach Tim Strayhorn with a record of 29 victories and 4 losses. This is their second appearance in the state championship game. Number 1, KK Strayhorn. Number 11, Shelby Jordan. Number 13, Natala Dixon. Number 24, Joya Crawford. And number 25, Callie Macklin. Their opponents, the Upperman Lady Bees, under head coach Dana McWilliams, the road team here in the gym. They're to our left here on Media Row. They are 30-6 on the campaign, making their 7th appearance in the state championship game. Number 4, Bella Mullins. Number 5, Bella Stiles. Number 11, Gracie Hamilton. Number 12, Taylor Delenti. And number 22, Gracie Butler. That's right. One final time, it's the Bellas, the Gracies, and Taylor. Starters once again for the Lady Trojans. Strayhorn, Jordan, Dixon, Crawford, and Macklin. For the Lady Bees, Mullins, Stiles, Hamilton, Delenti, and Butler. Jacob, there's excitement in the air. There's a lot of excitement and juice from Dyersburg. Upperman, they're going to want to withstand the early onslaught of pressure that no doubt is going to come from the Lady Trojans. But slow starts have been a pretty common thing, even in this tournament for the Lady Bees. They've trailed 8-5 in both their games. Timeout called. They come out and go on a huge run. You'd rather not do that tonight, but that gives them some calm, even if they do start a little bit slow, that they could be all right in this game. And remember, 2 years ago in the state championship game, went down 12 to Jackson Southside early. Everybody said it's over. It wasn't. They came back to win that game.
Down 8-5 in the first 2 games here in the tournament. They went on a 22-5 run in the quarterfinals. They went on a 16-0 run in the semifinals going into halftime and had big halftime leads in both of those games, and obviously dominated in the second half. But you said it, this is a different Dyersburg team, very different stylistically than the 2 teams they faced in the quarters in the semis in Greenville and in South Gibson. They're going to get after you defensively. If they make a bucket, they are going to be full court pressing you, and they're going to be trying to get into all of the passing lanes. You said it, not so much on-ball defense. It's more so jumping in the passing lanes, trying to pick off passes. So for the Upperman Lady Bees, they have to take care of the basketball. They have to make good passes, and they're going to have to pass fake a lot. You get the other players off the ball, get them off their kilter a little bit, off balance, and then you get the pass over. And if you're good at getting the passes up, you'll have some open buckets on the other end at the backside of the press.
The Upperman Lady Bees, the road team in the black jerseys, black shorts, white numbers and letters with Upperman across the chest plate. Dyersburg, the home team in the white jerseys, white shorts, gold numbers and letters outlined in black trim. Tonight's broadcast presented once again by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. Sonja Brown can get you into your new home. Call 931-979-7145. You'll hear more from her throughout the broadcast. Once again, as soon as you hear me say the lead official throws the ball up, hit pause on this stream if you're watching on YouTube. Resume it when you see that ball go up if you're watching on TV. And we will be synced up as we know a lot more than the very kind people who are calling the game to our left. 4 8-minute quarters to decide a champion in the 3A classification. Upperman looking to make it 4 out of the last 8 years. Dyersburg trying to get their first in school history. Excitement in the air. The Murphy Center is rocking. The students are here from both squads. And it's just about time for the ball game. Upperman will work left to right on your screen as you visualize it. Dyersburg from right to left. And the lead official walks the ball in, checks his left and his right, blows the whistle, throws it up. Let's get it on for a state championship. Dyersburg with the basketball off the opening tip. Joya Crawford, the potential Miss Basketball snub, quite frankly, at least in the finalist department, sends it over right wing side. Upperman will start man-to-man, and then they will go into the 2-3. It's just a matter of how long it takes, and it took one possession. Here they go. Right side, now crossover move, a drive inside for Jordan. Now mid-range pull-up, nowhere close, rebounded by Gracie Butler. The pressure works, though, immediately, and Gracie Butler commits a frustration foul. And that was more so just Butler not knowing where to go with the basketball after rebounding it than the press. But regardless, there's one turnover and then a quick foul on Butler. Wouldn't be the most surprising thing if Gracie gets into foul trouble early. It's been pretty common this year. She plays with her hair on fire sometimes. Inbound pass goes left wing side. Upperman's going to stay in the man-to-man for now as they give out to Crawford. Crawford from the edge of that MT logo, 35 seconds into the game. Off the dribble for three. No good. Long rebound tipped. Butler ricochets again. Battles around, and Bella Mullins comes away. Looking at the full court pressure, Mullins flips over to Hamilton. Upperman has lots of ball handlers as now they get it into the half court for Bella Stiles. Stiles as a trap arrives. Looking to spin it. Pivots back out. Hamilton now left side for Mullins. Mullins to Delenti. Open. Taylor Delenti. No good. In and out. Open look for Delenti. She's now 10 of 14 in the tournament. 6:55 to go in the first. We're tied up at 0 as Crawford has it left wing side for Dyersburg.
Yeah, it was right on line, just a little bit deep, and it's a good look for Upperman. They're going to need to hit some of those to settle them down a little bit here at the start of the game.
Oh, pick and roll. Stiles goes up. It's tipped by Hamilton. They get it back, though. Deep three coming, nothing doing. 3 triples attempted, none particularly close.
Gracie Butler's about to pick up a foul.
Yeah, she's got to be careful. They're jawing back and forth, but they do break the press. Hamilton to Delenti again, lines up the 3. Got it! Taylor Delenti, unconscious in the state tournament.
It was nothing but net. I mean, it was right on line, nothing but net, and a great start for Upperman, breaking the press and finding points on the back end of it.
A TLT Sports Performance athlete, Taylor Delenti. William Andrews with TLT Sports Performance, training some of the top players, getting their body balance and speed all honed in. Now driving inside, trying to move Delenti, and they got the call and one as it's finished for KK Strayhorn, the granddaughter of Coach Tim Strayhorn, and she'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Delenti called for a personal.
Yeah, she's been solid here in the state tournament as well. Just a freshman coming in, but she does not play like a freshman.
No.
Very talented freshman. Got a good bucket to go that time. A chance to tie this one up with just 6:05 to play in the first.
But the free throw's no good. Rebound down to Delenti. The only problem for Upperman right now early is a foul already on Delenti and Butler. They need them both in the game, but they can't afford for both of them to go out. Picking up the dribble, Hamilton finds Gracie Butler. Butler floats left wing side, drives and reverses back to Mullins. Mullins to Stiles on the right wing. The Campbellsville signee finds Gracie Butler at the top of the key. Butler off the dribble, now going to drive inside. There goes Butler, got fouled. Is it on the floor or is it on the way up? It's going to be on the floor. So the first foul against Dyersburg as Butler didn't quite get that continuation. This one goes on 22. And that's Lewis, but Lewis isn't on the floor.
And that's what they're trying to figure out. Yeah, that's what they're trying to figure out right now.
24, which would be Crawford. Could also be 13, Dixon in the area. Who do they get it on? Now the inbound coming from Mullins. Mullins running out of time, gets it into Stiles. We'll see who that foul went on in a moment. Stiles drives and kicks Gracie Butler. Thought about lining up the triple, puts it down. And that one's going to go on Macklin, 25. Now inside, Gracie Butler with a finish for 2, and Upperman goes in front by 3. Now, by the way, they got a pretty good press as they employ it here. Totally different style as they're just trying to bait you into making a mistake. But they do break it here. Left side, now mid-range pull-up jumper for Dyersburg, and that one's good for Natala Dixon. And that's the difference between the first 2 teams Upperman played and this team. They have enough ball handlers to be able to get into the half court, and they will make shots. Now a pass ahead. Gracie Butler has it, floats. That one tips. She sends it ahead, and it goes out of play, so it's going to stay with Upperman as Jordan had her foot on the line when she got a hand on that one. But you don't expect to roll the way Upperman has, as we've got a full timeout on the floor. These are one of those TV timeouts, so they take about 2.5 minutes. We'll take it and come right back here to the Glass House. Battle early on. Upperman leads 5-4. Coverage presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. You're listening to it on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
TLT Sports Performance is home to skill-specific training where top athletes learn how to reach their full potential. Visit TLT Sports Performance on Facebook for more information. TLT Sports Performance, where the athletes of tomorrow train today.
Welcome back. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Upperman with a 5-4 lead. The Race TN Series is coming to Cookeville for the first time ever. They open up their season on March 23rd at the Heidelberg Ag Center in Cookeville. Pit passes, just $20. General admission, $10 for high-octane ATV and motorcycle racing. Visit the Race TN Series on Facebook and Instagram for more information. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. And Jacob, while on the floor, the athleticism of Dyersburg is maybe an advantage for him in the game. This is where Upperman has the advantage. Danny McWilliams with a clipboard in her hand. The TV timeouts that come along with the state tournament very much feel like an advantage for the Lady Bees.
Well, and you can tell, too, they've been sitting down the whole time. They've been talking the whole time, and that was just the first buzzer. And credit to Dyersburg, they were doing the same thing. But you mentioned it in the Pickett County game. You see a lot of teams that they'll go through their timeout, maybe a minute and a half through, and then they'll kind of start to wander around afterwards. Coach McWilliams and Upperman, they are prepared for this, for these 2-minute-long timeouts, and they had a timeout the whole time that they needed to get one.
Bella Mullins, the senior point guard, brings the ball across the timeline here for the Lady Bees as we get back to action. Right side, Gracie Butler. Butler finds Delenti. Delenti works it left side to Mullins off a down screen. Mullins now puts the dribble down, works it right side. Pick and roll for Bella. Stiles inside, block though. Flying in to knock it away, Dyersburg, and here they come in transition the other way. Upperman gets back nicely as Dixon kicks back to Crawford. That's a point of emphasis for the Lady Bees. They got to get back off of blocks and turnovers. That for Strayhorn here as she checks back towards her grandfather, Coach Tim Strayhorn, in his third season at the helm. First year, 6 wins. State tournament since then.
It's an amazing turnaround.
It truly is. Credit to them. 4:17 to go in the first. They're trying to break through and win their first state championship. Now that pass nearly intercepted, but it's grabbed by Dixon. Dixon drives, now spins back over right wing side. Deep three is coming, and it's good. Nothing but net that time. And that was a deep three-pointer splashed home for Strayhorn.
Yeah, just stepped into it from that right wing and got it high in the air and got it to fall through the net.
Valenti open on the left wing as Upperman settles back in. They trail 7-5. They trailed 8-5 in the first 2 games and rolled off of that. This one will be a little bit different, though. A much tougher test for both these teams than what they've seen in the tournament. The crowd in it for Dyersburg as Mullins picks up her dribble and finds Butler. Gracie Butler now with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-5.
And Dyersburg making some good noise right now. Coach McWilliams trying to get a play call in, was kind of screaming just to get the play call.
Butler gets free inside, and it's blocked, though, on our way up. That one was poached by Dixon, so a couple of open looks that have closed quickly, and that's something we talked about pregame. Just a little bit longer arms than you're used to playing against, just a little bit faster than you're used to playing against, and we've seen a couple of blocks, I think, because of it.
Yeah, they've done a really good job on a couple of really good passes inside, but they've been able to get hands on basketballs.
Butler, turnaround shot inside, no good. It was a good look, but didn't get the roll. Crawford comes away, and Dyersburg now pushing it in transition with Jordan. Mid-range pull-up jumper, no, off back iron. Rebound tipped out of play, and it's going to go to Upperman with 3:09 to go in the first quarter.
And that's what's so tough about this Dyersburg team. When they get in transition, they're not always taking it to the basket.
Yeah.
They're taking a lot of mid-range jumpers. They'll take some threes as well. Yeah, they are really fast, but they're just going to take an open shot. They don't care about getting to the basket and drawing contact.
And they can get you with some head fakes later on in the game because of it, and Upperman just shreds the press. Butler to Delenti, open corner three, good! Taylor Delenti, another one. A Sonja Brown with America Way Real Estate three.
I mean, she is just so impressive here in the state tournament so far. Now 12 made threes here in the state tournament, and it's been consistent as well. She's only played 3 games, and she's averaging 4 threes a game.
Upperman is into the 2-3 in the half court, now driving and kicking back to Crawford from a mile away. No good off the front of the rim. Long rebound, though, found her. Now Strayhorn drives into mid-range. Pull-up jumper, no. Rebound down, ricochets around out of play. Should go to Upperman, and it does. 2.5 to go in the first, and it's 8-7.
Yeah, it was a nice job, and Gracie Butler actually had 2 defenders over there. She was the only Upperman B on that side of the floor, but was able to get there and at least deflect it off of their player and out of bounds.
Now having to inbound from a tough area is Hamilton. She looks to Stiles. It's tipped out of play, and now that's a better area to inbound from down the sideline for Upperman. 2:28 to go in the first quarter.
And as Noah likes to say, this clock on the screen is not official.
Jacob's getting it done for the first time
We're
this year.
doing our best.
Madison McKay had business to tend to this evening as Butler drives. Gracie Butler, so much speed, good for 2.
And now up by 3 points, 2.5 to play in the first. Now you're looking for stops if you're the Lady Bees.
They're going into their press saying, hey, everyone's talking about the other one. We got a good one too. There's a dangerous pass going up to grab it is Jordan in the half court. Jordan picked up by Butler. Spins inside, baseline drive, now a reversal back out. Power dribble to the elbow, skip pass back right side, found by Crawford. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Upperman faithful making their own noise. Crawford going to drive now, skies up in the mid-range. That one's no good. Rebound, great one. Gracie Hamilton goes up and over to get it.
And this is the thing about Dyersburg and Upperman. They're all about the same height, so there's no real size advantage necessarily.
Butler with a drive and kick and a foul. She got the push, and that's something Upperman needs. They need this whistle to be fairly tight tonight. Even if it hurts them some, in the grand scheme of things, a tighter whistle was an advantage in this matchup as Macklin's called for her second. So 2 on Macklin, that's big.
Especially with how aggressive Dyersburg wants to be defensively. Like you said, no, it may hurt them a little bit, but I think in the long run it helps.
Mullins drives and is fouled. Hacking from the behind, and now Bella Mullins goes to the line off the inbound to shoot 2. It's the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 1:39 to go in the first. Right now, Upperman got to feel pretty good about how this game is going.
Absolutely. They're kind of controlling the pace of this game right now, and Dyersburg hasn't been able to turn them over too much at the start of this game for Upperman. They only just have 1 turnover so far. Dyersburg, no turnovers yet. And now Bella Mullins at the line.
KK Strayhorn's first foul, but the free throw is no good for Mullins. And now we see the freshman, Sadie South, checking in. Tough tests for her tonight. Bella or Gracie Butler going to check out. South going to face this kind of high-octane pressure for the first time in her career. See how she handles it out there. She's got a lot of trust in her teammates and in her coach. Second one for Mullins is good. The senior Mullins stretches the lead for Upperman out to 2 possessions. 1:39 to go in the first, and all of a sudden, it's been a couple of minutes since Dyersburg scored a point. Here comes Joya Crawford.
2:28.
We'll see how long that lasts. Right side, it goes to Jordan. You wouldn't expect very long in this game, but you wouldn't have expected 18 minutes yesterday.
Yeah.
Reverse pass back to Crawford. I'd be stunned if it's 18 minutes today. Strayhorn sends it right side from a mile away. A 3, nowhere close. Rebound tipped, and Bella Stiles rips it away from 2 different Lady Trojans out of play, and it goes to Upperman. Great rebound for Bella Stiles.
Yeah, that was a really good job. She was in among there against two different players, able to rip it away. She does have a little bit of a size advantage, but this Dyersburg team is very athletic. They're going after every single rebound, and Upperman has done a good job so far rebounding the basketball. They're actually out-rebounding Dyersburg 8-4 so far.
Mullins says, forget this press. She just breaks it herself into the half court. Bella Mullins now right side. 1 minute to go. Upperman may hold. Right now they're going to work. Stiles left side, Hamilton. There goes Sadie South off a screen. Shot fake. She had a look, but puts it down instead. 52 seconds. Hamilton now. Hamilton flips back to South. South, probably a starter next year, gives back to Stiles. Probably, definitely, a starter next year. There's another one sitting on the bench right now, Maggie Butler. Probably going to be a starter next year.
A few freshmen next year.
Yeah, there's a crouch looming. Mullins with that 5-second clock ticking, starts to penetrate, and they called 5 seconds, but she was driving in the lane. She got penetration. And Coach McWilliams is wondering the same thing. That should not have been 5 seconds.
She was standing on the right lane. I mean, her foot was on the lane and somehow got called for 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's a bad call. 7-11 the score. Now an opportunity for Dyersburg to get momentum. Upperman into the press with Hamilton and South at the top. Taking a long time to walk it up. Now speeding up is Jordan. Upperman back into the 2-3, 17 seconds. Lady Bees looking for a stop defensively after a poor call against them. And they're content to hold. Here's Jordan, 9 seconds. Jordan trying to move the offense. Now goes to work with 5. Jordan crosses over, drives in, mid-range pull-up, nothing doing. Rebound down to Delente, and that brings us to the end of a good first quarter for the Upperman Lady Bees. After one, it's Upperman 11, Dyersburg 7. You're listening to the Class 3A Girls State Championship game, presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at Legacy_Athletics or on Twitter at JWinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Upperman Lady Bees lead 11-7 against the Dyersburg Lady Trojans here in the Class 3A State Championship game. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. Jacob, that first quarter, Upperman did not appear to be nervous at all in this big-time environment.
Yeah, they really settled into it, and it was funny because you were talking with Gracie Butler before the game last year, really nervous before that one, and rightfully so. You're taking on the top team in the state. Played them pretty well throughout that ball game, but just couldn't really get settled in the ball game, and he told her, hey, we don't care who wins on this sideline. We just want to see you go play a good basketball game. And so far, it looks like both teams have really settled in. And I kind of wondered, especially for Dyersburg, they won 6 games 2 years ago. Of course, they made the state tournament last year. They fell in the quarterfinals. And now they've won in here into the championship game. And I go back to what Coach Smith actually said after their Pickett County win, is the little bit extended break here in between the quarters with the TV timeouts again. Not a media timeout, but TV timeout here in between the break. But Coach Smith said with Pickett County, saying that, we got into a little bit of a rhythm. That we actually won a game, then we won a second game. You could kind of sleep in the same bed for a few nights. And right now, it looks like both teams are kind of settling in pretty nicely.
Sonja Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been busy as a bee working on new listings for this spring. This week, she listed an industrial warehouse zone property in a lot in Nashville at 634 Odie's Road, property right next to Nashville International Airport. A great location for a small business or warehouse operation. Stay tuned to Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. If you're in the market for an existing home, a new home, residential building lots, or a house and land for a farm or family compound, Sonja Brown is ready to help you spring forward. To help you with all your real estate needs, call Sonja at 931-979-7145. Tonight's game is presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. And we saw a little bit of what we talked about. Upperman has been huddled up talking this entire time out. Dyersburg came out, started to walk on the floor, now has retreated back over, and Coach Strayhorn talking. It's just a little thing, but that experience that we talk about, it's showing just a little bit so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know until you know, right? Until you get here and you go through this experience, which they have, but it was all the way back in 2005. So this group has not. They had a different coaching staff then as well. And for Coach McWilliams, they've been here 7 of the last 9 years in the state tournament and now into the championship game again and trying to win now their 4th state title in school history. And hey, we already got one Upper Cumberland gold ball going back to the Upper Cumberland and Pickett County. And Upperman going to try to do the same thing here today.
Lady Bees lost their first 3 state championship games in school history. They've won their last 3, and of course had the COVID year where they were in the Final Four when the tournament got canceled, and we looked like we were heading for Upperman-Macon County round 5 that year. That was stolen away from us. 11-7 the score here as they hunt number 4. Upperman with the basketball, working left to right on your screen there in black. And as Bella Mullins walks it across the timeline. Mullins, eyes up the whole way. There go the screeners. Mullins going to drive on the isolation. Bella Mullins, finger roll, good for 2. And by the way, it's been 4.5 minutes since Dyersburg has scored a point, if you're keeping track, which we are.
It was 7-5.
Here comes Dixon. Dixon loses handle on it, able to get it back. Hamilton there defensively. Now a reverse pass right side. Shot fake. Mullins closes out, so they get back to Strayhorn. South Gibson saying, watch out. This Dyersburg team, though, a little bit of a different animal, although South Gibson did beat them and played them really tight in their region championship game. Just a 5-point win for the Lady Trojans. Into the corner, nice off-ball movement for an open 3, and Strayhorn hits it. The drought's over. KK Strayhorn has 8 points. She's keeping Dyersburg in it early in this game.
Yeah, she's single-handedly keeping them in it right now because they haven't been able to get those transition buckets after turnovers, and she is getting the points in the half court.
Butler off the dribble. Walks up towards the top of the key, now back to Gracie Hamilton, the senior, one of the more underrated players we cover. Gracie Hamilton. Now Stiles going to drive in. Stiles kicks to Butler. Butler off the dribble, drives in, power step, shot up, no, rebound tipped, and Stiles won it. Stiles to Delenti, and she resets to Mullins. Right side Butler wide open. Gracie Butler for the bank, no, rebound tipped up. Stiles doing work on the boards, but this time Strayhorn able to wrestle it away. Now here comes Dyersburg as Upperman's back defensively already. 90 seconds into the second quarter, and Dana McWilliams loves that transition defense. Back to Strayhorn. Now they work it over right side for Jordan. Now left side they find Dixon. Dixon has the lane, drives in. Stiles hacks her on the arm on the way up. So a trip to the line coming here for Natala Dixon. 6:17 to go in the second. They can get within 1.
Yeah, she just didn't get over there soon enough to get in front of the ball carrier and then kind of came down on the arm at the last second. So it'll be a couple of shots here coming for Dyersburg. And for Dyersburg, good job by them kind of weathering what they were going through, trying to figure some things out offensively in the half court. Big shot on that end by Strayhorn, and now a chance to knock down some free throws.
First one flown away for Dixon. That one is good. Dyersburg, they've withstood a little push by the Lady Bees. They're looking to answer back and would love to regain a lead as we head into the middle part of this second quarter. Dixon, several dribbles, spins it back, flies it away. No good off back iron. Another rebound for Bella Stiles. She's giving them good minutes to start this game. Here comes Mullins now with a bunch of speed. Mullins showing over the crossovers. Sends left side for Hamilton. Gracie Hamilton. Oh, stutter step, checks back for the new play. Butler with it. Butler over to Mullins. Now Delenti. Delenti. Back left side Mullins. Works it around Hamilton. Bounces it for Butler. Now backdoor cut to Mullins, and Bella Mullins promptly deposits it off the glass and through the twine.
How big has she been this season? Just on cuts like that, shooting the basketball, handling the basketball. Her senior year has been tremendous.
Now trapping Upperman is in the half court. They get it ahead to Jordan. Jordan tries to drive it in the mid-range, picked up by 3 Lady Bees, reverses Florida Joya Crawford. Crawford over to Dixon, now left wing side. Dixon fires a pass. Hamilton, she's got a bunch of speed, nearly got it. Strayhorn able to come away. Strayhorn sends right side now back to Crawford. Crawford to Strayhorn. You can tell Upperman has 24 circle. Every time she touches it, 2 Lady Bees looking right at Joya Crawford. Now left side Jordan. 15-11 our score. Lady Bees with a 4-point lead. Off the dribble now. There's Dixon, tries to drive, now bounces back. Crawford with it. Crawford floats back towards that MT logo at center court. Long possession developing here. Now left side it goes Strayhorn. She sends it in the corner. They activate away from the play. Trapped in the corner, now working out. There's Shelby Jordan. Lady Bees fans love it. They want to carry, they don't get it. Now they fire left side. Dixon going to drive in. Natala Dixon reverse feed, and a foul is called. And it's going to be on the floor as she passed it. Big call to see who is it against. Delenti and Butler each already have 1. This one goes on Bella Mullins, her first. So 4 of the 5 starters for Upperman have a foul apiece. Sadie South started to go to the table, and Dana McWilliams said no. She thought it was going to be somebody with 2 fouls. It's not. And now we have our media timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:46 to go in the second quarter. Upperman still leads. It's 15-11. Coverage of today's game presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. And you're listening to it on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and blanks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech. From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center. 4:46 to go in the second quarter. Upperman leads 15-11. Tonight's broadcast also sponsored by Baxter Family Dentistry, your hometown dentist for all your dental needs. Now accepting new patients. Call 931-858-3181 to schedule an appointment with Dr. Matthew Whitson. Located at 111 Upperman Lane in Baxter. I mean, they're on Upperman Lane, everybody. Talk about local dentists, and they're going to take care of you there at Baxter Family Dentistry. Right now, it's going to be Dyersburg basketball as they'll inbound to our left beneath their baseline. Jacob, Upperman's defense doing a good job against an explosive offense.
They are. Dyersburg has struggled a little bit in the half court, but they've been bailed out by Strayhorn, who's knocked down a couple of huge threes. We'll see if they can get out on Strayhorn a little bit more, but they've done a really good job on Joya Crawford.
Just 2 field goals that aren't threes so far for Dyersburg as they'll inbound over the top to Natala Dixon. Dixon and Strayhorn, the only 2 to score so far for the Lady Trojans, but they play good defense in their own right. Upperman pretty comfortable, though, with 15 points midway through the second. That's on brand for them this year. Trying to bounce it from the free throw line. They reverse it back out right side. Lady Trojans with the ball. Joya Crawford left wing, now back. A lot more movement away from the ball. Crawford in rhythm from downtown, no good. Long rebound, ricochets. Crawford has it again. Now steps through inside. A foul is called, and it's a block. And it's going to go on Gracie Butler, her second. So a big one there. Probably about to see Sadie South to the table. 4:19 to go in the second. It's 15-11, and there she goes.
Yeah, right on cue. She's going to come in. And Gracie Butler, like you said, she's been in foul trouble throughout this season, so Upperman is used to playing without Gracie Butler. These are going to be some big minutes for Sadie South because it also takes a ball handler off the floor in Gracie Butler. It takes out a very good defender in Gracie Butler. Sadie South is going to have big minutes here to prove what she can do off the bench.
Strayhorn sends over left side, 15-11 the score. South's played a ton of minutes this year. They got a ton of confidence in that freshman left side, especially on this end. Another deep three. Dyersburg, they're living and dying by the three-point shot right now. It's no good. Hamilton with a rebound. Upperman trying to stretch a 4-point lead.
They are 2 for 8 from downtown.
Mullins kicks back Styles. Ironically, it's keeping a minute. Now Hamilton from way downtown. That's no good off the front of the rim. Rebound down to Crawford, and Dyersburg will come the other way. That was probably a 35-footer for Gracie Hamilton. 3:44 to go in the second. KK Strayhorn with it. Strayhorn flips over left side. Grabbed by Jordan. Shelby Jordan, Joya Crawford. The 2 circled for Upperman. Scoreless so far, but it's just a 4-point game. Dyersburg's secondary players getting it done. Another 3 ball is up, and this one is good, and it's Strayhorn again. Her 3rd triple of this half cuts the deficit to just 1 for Dyersburg.
I'm going to make a maybe bold prediction. She may be a Miss Basketball finalist by the time her career is done.
Yeah, she's just a freshman. She's playing with her hair on fire. Here's Mullins driving. Good. Is it good? Count it. No, they're not going to count it. They'll say on the floor before the shot. So it's a foul against Dyersburg, but they will not count the basket. It goes on Strayhorn. That's her second, so that's big. Strayhorn, who's keeping them in it. Upperman cannot believe that shot didn't count.
Taylor Delente still trying to plead with the officials that it was a good bucket.
Ella Harrell checks in for South, and Dana McWilliams not happy with the call. It was close. She did take an extra step. Stiles couldn't get that inbounds pass, and she stepped out of play, so it'll go the other way. It was a great-looking play. She would have had an open layup, just bounced off her hands out of play. And here comes Dakaya Holder. She's going to check in for Strayhorn, so a break for Upperman. Strayhorn with 2 fouls. She's lighting them up right now. Has 11 of their 14 points.
Yeah, that's a big sub. I mean, she is single-handedly, like you said, keeping them a minute because Crawford hasn't been able to get going either. So we'll see if Crawford maybe starts to try to take over this time on the offensive side.
3:06 to go in the second. Crawford tried to lull Mullins. Now draws in, throws it up over Harrell, and good. There's Joya Crawford showing off why she's the stud that she is. And Dyersburg now on a run. They're in the lead. Upperman looking for an answer. Mullins splits the trap over to Harrell. Ella Harrell shot fake. Good for 2. Nice play for the sophomore Ella Harrell off the assist from Mullins.
Yeah, a good burst of speed by Bella Mullins and Ella Harrell. Great shot fake. Get the defender to fly by and then went up.
Now on the other end, Dyersburg now trailing by 1. Slicing through Dixon. Runs into Harrell. No. Great defense and a rebound for Ella Harrell. Hello, Ella Harrell to the glass house.
That was a great rebound. Just kind of reached out over everybody, took it in, and now Upperman has the basketball in the lead again. We got a pretty good game on our hands.
Yeah, we expected this one to be much closer for both teams than their first 2 meetings were in the state tournament. It has been so far. Left side Mullins looking in for Harrell, but that's way off the mark. Too fast. That's not Upperman's game, and it'll go the other way to Dyersburg.
Yeah, that one, Mella Mullins on the left wing kind of caught a pass. Timeout's going to be taken here by Coach McWilliams to talk it over with 2:13 to play in the second. And she kind of caught the pass and then just immediately tried to throw it down low without even looking first. If she catches, looks, and then throws it, it's probably a bit better of a pass. Goes out of bounds. Coach McWilliams takes a timeout to try to talk some things over here.
Good thing for Upperman so far. The turnovers, not too bad to this point. That was the thing that we really had circled. As they have 4 turnovers, 0 for Dyersburg. Upperman wants to turn them over some more, but this is a Dyersburg team that's forced over 20 turnovers in both their first state tournament games.
And only 2 points off of turnovers for Dyersburg, something that they have done a really good job of in the first 2 games. They scored 27 off of turnovers in the quarterfinals, 25 off of turnovers in the semifinals. But for Upperman, they have to keep playing the way they are and not turning over the basketball, because we saw that, especially again in the Cott County game. Cott County started to make a run in the second half, and then they turned over the basketball a lot, and just like that, they were down by 20 points.
Out of the 30-second timeout, Coach McWilliams saw something she didn't like, wanted to talk it over. Upperman shooting 53% from the field, Dyersburg 33%, but the ultimate equalizer. 3 triples have gone down for the Lady Trojans, all from KK Strayhorn, who's out of the game with 2 fouls. 2:08 to go in the second as they bring it across the timeline. Natala Dixon crosses over, tries to drive, now flips back. Pass back out, now finds Shelby Jordan. 1:58 to go in the second. Jordan goes right side. There's Dixon. Dixon, bounce pass back out, left side Crawford, works it around, over to Jordan. Jordan drives baseline, mid-range pull-up jumper over Stiles, no. Fight for the rebound, tipped. Dixon, turnaround shot, good. Natala Dixon, second chance bucket. And it's been all Dixon and Strayhorn with a little Joya Crawford.
Oh, they're starting to rebound it a little bit better on the offensive glass as well. Trying to get in there. They had 3 players inside. We're finally able to bring it down.
It's Gracie Butler out of the game. There's a huge point for that. As Mullins running out of time. 5-second clock ticking. Gets it over to Hamilton. Now kicks Stiles in the corner. Crawford sticking with Taylor Delente, the ultimate compliment to the sophomore Delente. Stiles checks back, 1:16 to go in a tied-up second quarter. 1-point deficit in the second quarter. Mullins flips to Delente. Delente off his screen. Step back, 3-ball up. No, rebound down. Hamilton got it. The putback, no, off back iron. Tremendous look, no good. Rebound down to Quinn. Ari Quinn off the bench into the game. Upperman couldn't ask for 2 better looks. They just don't go.
Yeah, it was point blank. Just went right off the back of the iron. It's a tough shot. It's tough when you're right in front of the rim and you can't get it to full.
Dyersburg looks content to hold for the final shot here with 48 seconds to go in the frame. Upperman's going to let him. Just a 1-point game. This one very much up in the air as we're hurtling towards halftime. And Crawford is just dribbling, wipes off her shoes, and we will wait. Down to 30 seconds left. Score is on the screen. 18-17, Dyersburg with the lead. A back and forth game so far. Dyersburg with the momentum right now. Upperman stalled a little bit when Gracie Butler went to the bench offensively. Just 6 points in the quarter for the Lady Bees on the offensive end. Here goes 10 seconds. Crawford goes to work. Crawford walks up, crosses over, jumps through. It's poked, got it back, flips over her head 1 second, 3-ball up, no good. And that brings us to the end of the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is up for grabs in the 3A classification. After 2, it's Dyersburg 18, Upperman 17. We'll be back with an extended Happy Hiller halftime show after a word from our sponsors. Coverage of this game presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. You're listening to it on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Will Roberson and Tony Craighead are your local personal injury, family law, divorce, and criminal law experts. With over 60 years of combined legal experience, Will Roberson and Tony Craighead will go to work for you. For more information, visit cookvilleattorneys.com or call 931-526-5060. Will Roberson and Tony Craighead, attorneys at law, are proud to support the Lady Bees in their quest for the gold ball, and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Race TN Series is coming to Cookeville on March 23rd. See the best indoor and ATV motorcycle racing on the dirt at the Dyersburg Ag Center, with practice starting at 2 and main heat starting at 6. Pit passes are just $20, so make your plans now. Want in on the action? Pre-register at racetnseries.com. That's racetnseries.com. For more information, visit Race TN Series on Facebook and Instagram. The most exciting ATV and motorcycle racing goes down on March 23rd at the Dyersburg Ag Center for the first time ever. Don't miss it.
Buckeye Home Medical Equipment, serving you since 1984. For all of your in-home durable medical equipment needs, including oxygen, CPAPs, BiPAPs, power wheelchairs, and so much more. Convenient locations across the Upper Cumberland. Visit whybuckeye.com today for additional store locations and information.
Sonja Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonja handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonja Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonja Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, Upperman trails Dyersburg, but it's a 1-point game, 18-17. This one very much up in the air. Might as well be 1-0 at this point, Jacob Vincent. And a back-and-forth first half. If you were Upperman, you felt pretty good about the fact that Joya Crawford has 2 points, Shelby Jordan has 0, but you're down by a point because KK Strayhorn has 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting and 3 of 4 from three-point land.
Yeah, and she came into the game only averaging 9 points per game, and she's a 28% three-point shooter. She takes a lot of threes, 214 threes attempted on the year. So she's going to come into the second half. Again, she picked up 2 fouls, so she came out late in that first half. She's going to come into the second half and probably start shooting the basketball more. And you said it too, at some point, those averages start evening out. We saw it specifically with Moore County in that Pickett County game. They were 8% from the field in the first half shooting the basketball, scored 19 points in the third quarter because they finally were able to get some shots to go. Pickett County just scored 21, so they're able to keep their lead in that third quarter. But for Upperman, and we talked about it at halftime, too. Coach Dana McWilliams is a tremendous adjustment coach. Now she gets an extended break, a 15-minute halftime, already down to 10:38 or 10:28, as you see on the screen. And she's going to have a little bit more time to decide what they want to do. Defensively, they're playing okay. It's just been a couple of ball reversals to get those open threes. Rebounding the basketball towards the end of that first half was a little bit of a problem. And offensively is where they're going to try to figure some things out against this Dyersburg defense because, yes, they're good in the full court. They're pretty good in the half court, too. They're very active hands-wise. It's really hard to drive in on them because they can block shots away. So they're going to have to start to get some ball reversals and maybe some open shots outside.
Gracie Butler only played 10 minutes in that first half. She got no foul trouble. 2 personal fouls. Coach McWilliams put her on the bench. That's when things kind of stalled out, especially offensively, as she was starting to get inside and opening up some shooting lanes. But Taylor Delente again, 2 of 4 from three-point land. She has 6 points. Bella Mullins with 5. Gracie Butler had 4 in those 10 minutes. And then Ella Harrell had made a bucket for 2. It's Strayhorn with 11 for Dyersburg. Then Dixon with 5 and Crawford with 2. That's all the scoring. Low scoring first half. Upperman very much at home in these sorts of games. They're used to being down maybe by a couple of points, up by a couple of points at halftime and having to go out and earn it in District 7 AAA play this year. So you don't imagine they're going to panic at all going into the breakdown by 1.
No, I think if you're Upperman, you really never panic because, you've got a couple of shooters that are going to be able to get you back into it as well. And your defense is always going to be there to at least slow them down enough for your offense to start to catch up a little bit. And we already saw in that first quarter, there was a 4-minute stretch and then some into the second quarter that Dyersburg could not find the bucket. They finally got it going in the second quarter and obviously have the lead here at halftime. But Upperman is at any time can just take away the basketball. They can just take the air out of the ball. They make it so difficult for you to move the basketball around, to get good shots in there. And they're doing a great job on Joya Crawford. You mentioned the 2 players that they zeroed in on, they're doing a good job on. It's been Strayhorn to knock down a couple of shots. Offensively now for Upperman, you may need somebody to step up and hit some shots.
Yeah, Shelby Jordan, 0 for 7. Joya Crawford, 1 for 5. They are combined 0 from 6 from three-point land, so you like that if you're an Upperman Lady B fan. Will Roberson and Tony Craighead are your local personal injury, family law, divorces, and criminal law experts. With over 60 years of a combined legal experience, Will Roberson and Tony Craighead will go to work for you. For more information, visit cookvilleattorneys.com. Will Roberson and Tony Craighead, attorneys at law, are proud to support the Lady Bees, and they also want to send a special congratulations to Taylor and Kennedy Delente, who they've known since Tony especially has known since they were babies. So that's pretty cool. And Tony Craighead and Will Roberson are sponsors of this broadcast. We appreciate that. 8 minutes to go in halftime. When we come back, we'll set the stage for the third quarter and get into all the action. The Happy Hiller halftime show continues here in the state championship game. Coverage presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Delicious pan pizza is Domino's best kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
TLT Sports Performance is home to skill-specific training where top athletes learn how to reach their full potential. Visit TLT Sports Performance on Facebook for more information. TLT Sports Performance, where the athletes of tomorrow train today.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and blanks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech. From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Will Roberson and Tony Craighead are your local personal injury, family law, divorce, and criminal law experts. With over 60 years of combined legal experience, Will Roberson and Tony Craighead will go to work for you. For more information, visit cookvilleattorneys.com or call 931-526-5060. Will Roberson and Tony Craighead, attorneys at law, are proud to support the Lady Bees in their quest for the gold ball, and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Race TN Series is coming to Cookeville on March 23rd. See the best indoor and ATV motorcycle racing on the dirt at the Dyersburg Ag Center, with practice starting at 2 and main heat starting at 6. Pit passes are just $20, so make your plans now. Want in on the action? Pre-register at racetnseries.com. That's racetnseries.com. For more information, visit RaceTN Series on Facebook and Instagram. The most exciting ATV and motorcycle racing goes down on March 23rd at the Dyersburg Ag Center for the first time ever. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to the Glass House. Dyersburg leads Upperman 18-17 here in the Class 3A state championship game. It's up for grabs right now. One of the interesting stats we didn't get to talk about yet, Jacob, Upperman's only turned the ball over 4 times. They like that number. Dyersburg hasn't turned the ball over at all. That's an impressive number for the Lady Trojans to this point.
Yeah, absolutely, especially against an Upperman defense. And it doesn't matter what kind of defense you're playing. When you just simply do not turn over the basketball, that is a really, really efficient way to play offense. And they need it right now because they're only 33% from the field. And they're up by 1. I mean, they're hitting those threes. You said it. It's the equalizer in this game right now is knocking down that three-point shot. They are just 3 of 10 from downtown, but it's Strayhorn who is 3 of 4 from downtown and single-handedly keeping them ahead in this game right now. Outscored Upperman 11-6, and the half-court defense stepped up and played really well in that second quarter for Dyersburg. So they're playing with a good amount of momentum right now, but anytime Coach McWilliams gets the clipboard in her hands, goes into halftime and talks things over, and she has a good conversation with her husband right now over there on the sideline as well, who will be back here next week with the boys team.
They will, starting on Thursday night. The Upperman Bees will be in action here. We will be here for it. We'll also be here on Wednesday morning, 9:30 a.m. as the Cookeville Cavaliers open up the Class 4A state tournament. We're in here for the last girls game, and we'll be here for the first boys game at the Murphy Center next week. Anybody's game here. Gracie Butler going to get back on the floor after playing just 10 minutes in that first half, picked up 2 quick fouls. And it's 18-17, 33 seconds to go in this halftime period, and we'll get back to action here. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vinson. We're happy you're with us here tonight. 2 quarters left in the girls' basketball season in the state. Will Upperman win number 4, or will Dyersburg get number 1? We're going to find out in the next hour or so. And it's going to be Dyersburg basketball working left to right as you visualize it on your screen. And both teams came out early, and the NFHS media man holds his hand up and says, wait, we're not ready to go.
Why not have a 15-minute halftime and add some more time on the clock?
Why not? I mean, truly.
You know how much time you're going to have out there.
There we go. Now the buzzer sounds, the first one, and they'll go get the teams, and we'll be ready to go again. Starting 5 back out there for Upperman. Big smile on the face of Dana McWilliams and her team as Dyersburg's going to work left to right on your screen as you visualize it. Upperman right to left here in the Class 3A state championship game. Inbounds coming here as the crowd begins to make some noise as Chris Freeman, the PA announcer, hypes them up a little bit here on a late night, 9:30 p.m. at the Murphy Center as we open up the second half. Joya Crawford with it, just 1 basket so far for her. Shins over right side, Strayhorn. Upperman's going to play man-to-man to start. They don't love playing man, but they can, and that may be an antidote a little bit for some of these three-point shots that have been open, even though they're way downtown. Driving in, Dixon now reverses back out. Jordan into the mid-range, turnaround shot with the right hand, got it to go. Shelby Jordan with her first basket. She's now 1 of 8 from the field. Upperman trails by 3. Here comes Bella Mullins pushing it ahead.
And no full court pressure here.
Largest lead of the game for Dyersburg, and Gracie Hamilton was running away from the pass, and Dana McWilliams looks at her and goes, what was that? Turnover, possession back to Dyersburg, and Dana McWilliams wants to talk about things here 37 seconds in to the third quarter. That's just a falling asleep at the wheel turnover, not forced by any pressure from Dyersburg.
Yeah, they're just not quite sure what they were doing coming out of there, coming into the half court. And Dyersburg kind of came out of that full court pressure and didn't really do anything. Going out of the full court pressure, just the man-to-man, and Bella Mullins bringing it up, and just miscommunication on that side. So an early timeout taken by Coach McWilliams and trying to get her team figured out here to start out this second half. And for Dyersburg, pretty much a dream start for them so far.
Upperman really leads in every statistical category except 2 important ones: turnovers and the scoreboard. They're down 20-17 right now on it, and it's Dyersburg basketball as they look to extend the lead. They're on a bit of a run, slowly getting a comeback together, and now starting to stretch it the other way for a lead of their own. Neither team has led by more than 6. That was Upperman early in the second quarter. This is the largest lead for Dyersburg. Joya Crawford with it out of that 30-second timeout as Dana McWilliams wanted to calm things down. Sends it over left side, Dixon, back right side, Strayhorn. Strayhorn over to Crawford at the top of the circle. Crawford back right side, Strayhorn. Strayhorn looks right, Upperman's into the 2-3 again. Played man for 1 possession. They got a bucket, said forget this. We'll go back into the 2-3. Right side pass, Dixon, right in front of us here on the table. They working around left side, Crawford to Strayhorn. She's now got 2 Lady Bees paying attention to her when she touches the ball behind the perimeter. Back to her, Strayhorn. Extra feet into the corner for an open 3. No good off the side of the backboard. Delenti with the rebound. Now Mullins is going to slow it down. Upperman doesn't want it to be a track meet. A chance for the Lady Bees to get within 1 or tie. Gracie Butler has it left wing side. Puts the dribble down. Butler to Delenti off the screen. Delenti covered up nicely that time by Jordan. Now Stiles with it. Stiles surveys the floor. Between the legs dribble. Now floats back out. Mullins wants it. Now she has it and will set up the half-court set. Back to Stiles. Stiles flips back to Butler. Gracie Butler one-on-one. Puts the head down, now drives, picks up her dribble, back to Stiles. Left side, Mullins. Mullins off the dribble, drives in, bounces to Butler. Mid-range jumper for Gracie Butler, rattles home.
The first bucket in quite some time for that Upperman offense, and a big bucket there for Gracie Butler to get her going as well. Back out there on the court playing good defense, and now back out there on offense and within one again.
20-19 to score. Crossover move for Dixon as Butler stretches that zone up just a little bit higher than they were playing earlier tonight. Strayhorn, right side pass, finds Joya Crawford. Now back left to Jordan. Dixon now into the corner. Strayhorn going to trigger another three. This one's good again. KK Strayhorn is having the game of her life right now. 4 threes, and it's a 4-point Dyersburg lead. Sadie South to the table for Upperman.
Yeah, she's shooting the ball really, really well from outside right now, and they look like good shots as well.
Mullins goes to work off the dribble. Activates right side, kicks to Delenti. She triggers the three. They need it. Doesn't quite get the shooter's roll. Missed it short. Rebound down and a chance for Dyersburg. Upperman needs a stop. Here goes Jordan off the dribble. Crawford now works it right side. Strayhorn. Strayhorn back left side with a pass. Finds Dixon. Natala Dixon now left side. Over to Jordan. Jordan double team. Now it backs away. Crawford back over to Jordan. Jordan going to put the dribble down off her knee. Out of play, and it's going to Upperman. 4:57 to go into third. It's a 4-point game.
And a media timeout.
Sadie South checks in. Media timeout, though, and we will take it with them. It's 23-19. Upperman trails by 4 in the state championship game. Coverage presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Amber Drive is back on the market through no fault of the seller. The buyers cannot remove their house sale contingency. Take advantage of this second opportunity to own this beautiful corner lot home. To schedule your private showing, call Sonja Brown at 931-979-7145 or call your favorite realtor. Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate, 931-979-7145. Welcome back into the Murphy Center. 4:57 to go into third quarter. Upperman trails by 4, but they're going to have the basketball out of this media timeout. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. Right now, Upperman doing probably exactly what their game plan wanted. They've limited Shelby Jordan to 2 points. They've limited Joya Crawford to 2 points. But KK Strayhorn is trying to legitimately carry her team on her back as a freshman to a state championship. She has 14 points, including 4 3-pointers. It's the difference in the game right now. Everywhere else, Upperman's winning, except for right there.
No, she comes into the game, we mentioned it before in the first half, only averaging 9 points per game. It's a 28% three-point shooter, but she does take a lot of threes, so kind of one of those streaky shooters. At some point, you're going to catch fire. She has caught fire here in the state championship. She is 4 of 5 from downtown, and like you said, single-handedly keeping her team in the game right now. And it's tough now for Coach McWilliams, because if you make an adjustment on her, it's going to open up something else for either Crawford or some of the other players that they have already done a really good job on.
You almost have to run the risk that she continues to just hit threes, because you can't allow Joya Crawford and Shelby Jordan to get rolling, because they'll do it every time down the floor as opposed to maybe every 4 or 5 times down the floor. Bella Mullins working up, little full court pressure shown here by Callie Macklin, but she backs off as Mullins establishes possession in the half court. Mullins off the dribble, drives in. Mullins finger roll, no. A little bit of an awkward attempt on that one. Now quickly ahead, here comes Dyersburg. Really the first time in transition all game. Underneath the basket, behind the back, lay-in good for Shelby Jordan. That's where they want to be, running in transition. Largest lead of the game. It's 6 for the Dyersburg Lady Trojans. 4:25 to go, and Dana McWilliams says wait to her point guard, and she's trying to get them to yell themselves out over on the other side. Now Stiles comes out, sends it to Hamilton. South off a screen, wide open, Sadie South, good! Sadie South with a humongous answer. The freshman with a Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Well, guess what? The Lady Bees got a freshman that can shoot the basketball as well. Big shot there by Sadie South.
In transition again, Dyersburg. Upperman gets back nicely there. Gracie Butler got a breather. She's back at the table. That was a gigantic shot for the Lady Bees. Dixon with it now, trying to answer in their own right. Crawford back over to Strayhorn. Strayhorn to Crawford left side. She thought about the three, instead puts the dribble down. Now right side Jordan. She's starting to find her rhythm with 4 points in the frame. Jordan left side Dixon. Now back to Strayhorn. Strayhorn with a crossover. Now picks up her dribble, sends right side to Jordan. Delenti's in front of her. Now back out Strayhorn, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Right side Jordan. Now they reverse it back around left side. Dixon. Strayhorn tried to flash free. Instead, Jordan, mid-range turnaround jumper, no rebound down. Good box out, the put back and a foul as Delenti caught the elbow on the way up. 2 free throws upcoming here. Second chance for Callie Macklin as she'll go to the stripe for the first time tonight.
And Upperman had been doing a pretty good job not allowing offensive rebounds. That's just the 4th offensive rebound of the night so far. And again, he points at Gracie Butler. They got those offensive rebounds at the end of the first half. Gracie Butler was not in. They get an offensive rebound here. Gracie Butler is not in.
First free throw for Macklin, got the friendly roll as it ricocheted around. First point for her, back to a 2-possession game. Gracie Hamilton out, Gracie Butler in here as Crawford gonna shift down and try to rebound alongside Butler. 2 stars side by side there. Delenti also comes back in. 3:17 to go in the third. Macklin. 3 dribbles, sets up, flies it away, good. 2 for 2 for Callie Macklin. Back to a 5-point lead, 1 short of the game high. Mullins gets it into Butler. Butler goes to work against Macklin. 3:15 to go in the second, or in the third rather. Butler off the dribble. She's driving the whole way and got the call, and they're calling it on the floor. So it's going to be an inbound play. It's the second time Upperman's had a iffy call on a shot that's gone against them. Macklin picks up her 3rd though, so see if Coach Strayhorn goes somewhere else. He's not for now. Inbound from the baseline coming here for the Lady Bees. They're usually very good in this spot. Butler gets it into Stiles. Back out to Mullins as they'll set up. They stuck on Delenti and a foul for a push as they held on to her. That was Shelby Jordan trying to prevent her from getting free in the corner for the 3, and she grabbed hold. The official saw it, and that's going to be the second team foul against Dyersburg.
Yeah, she just threw her hands up in the air, and you could tell that she was getting grabbed the whole way, and they did see it. Now there's a little bit of chippiness going on between the two sides.
There is a 5-point game. Butler going to inbound from the baseline. Fires into Mullins. She fakes the handoff, and now another foul. This one's going to be a hold on Strayhorn. Big one. 3rd on KK Strayhorn. 3rd foul of the possession against Dyersburg.
That is a huge foul call on Dyersburg because they'll go into their bench, but there's not a ton of production coming in off their bench. So their starters are who they want, and now a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Strayhorn on the sideline for Dyersburg.
Strayhorn wants to talk about things. 30-second timeout with 3:03 to go in the third quarter. It's 27-22 for Upperman. It feels like the 3 from South was big. Still a 5-point game, but it stabilized things just a little bit. But now when you're down, every possession that you go without scoring, you run the risk of it becoming a bigger and bigger gap.
Well, 3 straight fouls right there as well. So 3 team fouls on Dyersburg now with 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. You think if you can pick up another couple of fouls and maybe get to the line and shoot some free throws, we haven't seen too many free throws for Upperman. They're 1 of 2 from the stripe. They've only attempted 2 free throws on the day.
Baxter Family Dentistry, your hometown dentist for all your dental needs, now accepting new patients. Call 931-858-3181 to schedule an appointment with Dr. Matthew Whitson, located at 111 Upperman Lane in Baxter. As we get back to action here, it's Upperman basketball beneath their basket. And once again, Gracie Butler's going to inbound. Upperman going with the stack play. As we wait, the official gives the ready for play signal. Maybe, maybe not. Butler's going to inbound. Surveys, finds a cutting Mullins, but it was tipped. Big collision, another one, and that's a foul. Yeah, Crawford dove right on top of Bella Mullins. 4th foul of the possession. First one against Julia Crawford. 3:01 to go in the third. The Dyersburg fans aren't happy, but they've all been clear fouls.
They have, and Bella Mullins actually got hammered on the inbounds that they actually let go, and then it was a foul afterwards.
Oh, yeah, I mean, y'all need to sit down over there. Yeah, you got to sit down over there on that one. That was blatant. Mullins going to inbound here. Pick your battles, fans. Mullins looking to inbound, bounces to Stiles. Diving for it, Dixon, but Stiles able to corral. 2:57 to go in the third quarter. Upperman trails by 5 with the basketball.
And now the big thing for the Lady Bees, they'll be in the bonus on the next foul call.
Mullins with it. Mullins sends to Butler, left wing side. Butler, backdoor cut to Mullins inside. No good, too strong. Styles, though, offensive rebound, and she made the mistake of putting the dribble down. There's the tie-up and the jump. The arrow belongs to Upperman. Styles goes straight up. It's either an and one or an easy two. Instead, puts the dribble down, and there's the tie-up.
Yeah, if she goes straight up, she may have it. At least she was underneath the basket. That's why she put the dribble down. If she goes straight up and maybe tries to get it in there somehow, doesn't get the jump ball.
Mullins inbounds to Butler, puts it up. Good. And one. Gracie Butler with the finish. She goes to the line to try to complete the three-point play and cut the deficit to 2.
It's the 15th foul. The basket is good. You're at the line for 1, and you'll be shooting free throws on any foul from here on out with 2:36 to play in the third quarter.
Big one. Callie Macklin just picked up her 4th personal foul. Wow. 3 on Strayhorn, 4 on Macklin. Butler with the crowd roaring, rattles it home. Gracie Butler with a big finish. She's got 5 in the quarter. Upperman's within 2, and a little juice of energy to the Upperman Lady Bees. They show their full court pressure. Crawford sends over left side. There's Dixon. She gets established as South retreats into the zone. Dixon going to drive in, kicks it across. Butler swats it away, out of play. It'll stay on this side with Dyersburg. 2:21 to go. The Lady Bees have answered after trailing by 6. They're now down by just 2.
Yeah, good comeback here, but you're looking for another stop. Still down by 2 points. You're trying to get it a stop and go the other way.
Upperman just has 1 foul called against him in the quarter. The only one who can't pick it up is Butler. Into Dixon. Throws up the shot. No, but she got her own rebound. Dixon, turnaround shot again. No good again. Styles tipped the rebound and it went right to Joya Crawford. Now she's going to step back. They left her alone, and she made them pay. Big mistake. Joya Crawford buries the open 3. Upperman had a chance to get to her, and nobody closed out. Mullins gives back to Butler now as we go under 2 to play in the third. Back to a 5-point Dyersburg lead. And again, Upperman's going to wait and try to let the crowd cheer themselves out of it. Now Mullins goes to work. Backs down the defender. Fakes the pass, drives in. What a take. Bella Mullins for 2. Great answer again by the Lady Bees.
And that all happens because Delancey comes to take the handoff, and they fake the handoff there. She's able to get right past the defender because the defender bites the switch over the screen and not able to stay in front.
Bella Mullins now getting right up in the grill of Strayhorn. She knocks it out of play. It stays with Dyersburg. Ella Harrell going to check in. She's coming in for Bella Styles. 1:32 to go in the third quarter. It's 30-27. 1 possession game. And this place is rowdy right now. Upperman has answered in a major way. Dyersburg's run away with games at this point in this tournament. Right now, they haven't been able to do so because Upperman keeps getting buckets on the other end. 1:24 to go in this quarter. Crawford flips over to the top. Jordan reverses Strayhorn's open again. 3, no good, but the rebound down. Dixon has it. Natala Dixon going to line up the corner 3. Nowhere close. Side of the backboard. Rebounded by Mullins. And now Bella Mullins has some pressure. She shows off the speed, though, into the half court. Mullins works it back to Butler. Butler to Delenti. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Back and forth we go. Dyersburg with a narrow lead. Butler over to Mullins' right side. 54 seconds. Now Delenti. Back to Mullins. 50 seconds. The senior is telling the freshmen and sophomores where to go. Butler now puts the dribble down. Right side Mullins. 44 seconds.
Just keep on running it down.
What a quarter this has been. Dyersburg's threatening to run away with it. Upperman has rallied back again. Butler looking back door, instead finds Delenti. 32 seconds. Butler left side to Mullins. Dixon gets right up into her grill. Now Mullins with time, and the crowd does cheer itself out as it slows down. That allows Mullins to go to work. Mullins picks up the dribble to reset the clock. Mullins pivots a couple of times. Crowd going crazy. Delenti cuts in, finds Harrell, and a technical foul on Dyersburg. Wow! Technical foul on Dyersburg. Goes on Shelby Jordan. My goodness gracious. 2 free throws and the ball to Upperman.
Whoa.
And this official's called several techs this tournament. This one works for Upperman. And they're going to get 2 free throws and the ball. Jordan thought that there was a 5 seconds, I believe, and so she jawed at the ref, and immediately the ref says, technical foul. And Bella Mullins, the senior, to the line. This is humongous. I don't love that call. It was probably going to be an easy layup, by the way, for Ella Harrell. Right. She was wide open, but still, I don't love that call in this game, in that spot, unless she said a magic word. And Bella Mullins promptly deposits the first one through the net.
Yeah, not too many times you see a technical foul given in the middle of a play. I mean, that killed the play because the technical was called, and it was off the ball as well.
Next one for Mullins. Good. 2 for 2. Now an opportunity for Upperman to take the lead into the final quarter. You're seeing the experience of the Lady Bees right now. They have not blinked in this rowdy environment. The Dyersburg fans are bringing it, ladies and gentlemen, and they are now down just 1. Going to be an inbound from the sideline here. Hamilton ran to the table, but got there late. Mullins with it, 14 seconds left. Mullins with it, left wing side, 10 seconds. Goes to work into Butler. Backdoor cut to Stiles. Wide open. Lady Bees in front. Bella Stiles for 2. 3 seconds left here for Dyersburg, and they will not get a shot away as South tips it, and the momentum swings back to the left side of the Murphy Center. At the end of 3, it's Upperman 31, Dyersburg 30. Get your popcorn ready. Coverage of tonight's game presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Race TN Series is coming to Cookeville on March 23rd. See the best indoor and ATV motorcycle racing on the dirt at the Dyersburg Ag Center, with practice starting at 2 and main heat starting at 6. Pit passes are just $20, so make your plans now. Want in on the action? Pre-register at racetnseries.com. That's racetnseries.com. For more information, visit Race TN Series on Facebook and Instagram. The most exciting ATV and motorcycle racing goes down on March 23rd at the Dyersburg Ag Center for the first time ever. Don't miss it.
Buckeye Home Medical Equipment, serving you since 1984. For all of your in-home durable medical equipment needs, including oxygen, CPAPs, BiPAPs, power wheelchairs, and so much more. Convenient locations across the Upper Cumberland. Visit whybuckeye.com today for additional store locations and information.
Sonja Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonja handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonja Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonja Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
1 quarter to go in the girls' basketball season in the state of Tennessee. Upperman erases a 6-point deficit. They lead by 1. It's anybody's ball game as we enter the fourth quarter, 31-30. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vincent. We're sure happy to be with you here for UCR, the area's leader in high school sports coverage. Michael Lindsay, Goose is here. Rusty Ellis is here. Coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. It's up right now from Pickett County. We'll have cinematic highlights. Goose is working on them tomorrow. They'll be up on Monday from these championship games.
Who knows? He may work his magic. He might have it up tomorrow. He was working on them in between.
He said he thought it was going to be Monday, but we'll see. We see what he can do. All right.
He needs some sleep.
Here's where we stand. It's 31-30. 9 points for Bella Mullins, 9 for Gracie Butler, and Sadie South hit a monumental 3 as the game had gotten to 6. Dyersburg was on a run, and now Upperman, they capitalized on a technical foul called out of the blue. It went against Shelby Jordan. Dyersburg on the brink of a little bit of foul trouble. 1 quarter to go. Whoever keeps their composure may be the team that wins the gold ball here.
Yeah, and Upperman has been very composed throughout this ball game. Sadie South getting the start here in the fourth quarter of action as we get started here.
And now it's Jordan running the point. She sends back to Joya Crawford. Crawford flips back to Strayhorn. She missed 1-3 finally midway through the third quarter after making 4 to start the game. Right side Crawford. Big possession for Dyersburg against the 2-3 zone of the Lady Bees. Natala Dixon left wing side. She flips back across. Strayhorn now right. Crawford into the mid-range. Dixon, nice feed inside, but the layup is no good. The putback, though, is, and a late whistle, and they're going to count it. An and one opportunity as Callie Macklin, playing with 4 fouls, finishes. She missed 1 layup, got it back on the other side, finished that one, and she has a chance to make it a 2-point game at the line.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Macklin, who got in there and got the rebound. And I said Upperman had been rebounding the basketball well. Well, now it's 17-16, and a lot of offensive rebounds for Dyersburg.
Free throw no good, however. Butler with the rebound, and Gracie Butler accelerates into the half court, finds Bella Mullins. 1-point game. It's up in the air right now. The foul, by the way, went on Bella Stiles, her second. Bella Mullins killing the clock a little bit here as the play call comes in. The shooter switch side as Mullins going to drive inside again. Bella Mullins, turnaround shot, left hand, missed it wide right. nowhere close. Rebound down and an opportunity for Dyersburg as they try to restretch the advantage. Strayhorn bounces Macklin, accelerates inside, swatted out of play by Gracie Butler, so it stays with Dyersburg in a 1-point game.
That was a good job to get back, and this is one of the few teams that can match the speed of Dyersburg in this tournament.
Inbound coming from the baseline. Over the top, open for it is Dixon. Dixon right side, Strayhorn. South right there to guard defensively, back to Dixon. Dixon now reverses left side. There's Jordan. Jordan finds Crawford, back over right side. Now they flip it back, trying to move the zone, but Upperman not content to do very much. They're just working around to the shooters. 90 seconds into the fourth quarter. Joya Crawford steps into a three, and she buried it. That is a gigantic shot. That's a big-time playmaker three by Joya Crawford.
Yeah, she has been held a little bit quiet throughout the first half. She has hit 2 massive threes here in this second half so far, and they just keep answering the Upperman Bees run.
Back to a 4-point Dyersburg lead. Upperman now needs an answer as Mullins sends left side to Butler. Backdoor cut again. Mullins over the top. A little bit too far underneath the basket. Doesn't try to force it. Reverses back. Now Butler with it. Butler finds Mullins. We're 2 minutes into the fourth. Dyersburg has scored the first 5 points of the frame. Left side Butler. Back out to Lenti. Been a while since she's got a look. Mullins now. South flares off his screen. Sadie South lines up the deep one. No good. It was so deep that she missed it short. Rebound to Dyersburg. Lady Trojans playing with confidence now. Here comes Shelby Jordan behind the back dribble. Sends over left side. Dyersburg trying to win their first state championship in school history. Upperman looking for number 4 in the last 8 years. The Dyersburg faithful clapping their hands. Still a lot of time. 5:25 to go in a 2-possession game. Kick out pass now into the right corner. Delenti there defensively. Thinking about the three, now putting the dribble down is Jordan. Baseline feed on a rope to Strayhorn. 3-ball up. No. Rebound down Dixon and goes out of play, and it's awarded to Upperman. Bella Mullins may have gotten away with a bump, but we're going to play on in the championship game. We'll go the other way.
There was a lot of contact there with 5:10 to go here in this fourth quarter, and they let it go, so it will be Upperman basketball back the other way.
To be fair to Bella Mullins, she has a right to that basketball as well. They're both flying in for the rebound, so they'll play on. 5:10 to go. It's 35-31. Again, Upperman scoreless to the first nearly 3 minutes of the fourth. Haven't had a great look yet. Couple of threes. Mullins now as we hit 5 to play. Hamilton finds Butler. Maybe time for Gracie Butler to drive in. Instead flares right side Taylor Delenti. Delenti to Hamilton. Now left side Bella Mullins. 4:50 to go. It's getting late in a hurry in Murfreesboro here on a late night.
They're going to run a play for Delenti.
Butler left side Stiles. Back to Butler. Gracie Butler backdoor cut. Stiles got open. This time Stiles is blocked. Rejected. Jordan went up, and Shelby Jordan got the swat.
That was a really impressive block as Stiles was wide open, shielded her with the ball, with the body as well, and it was a clean block.
The athleticism of Dyersburg flexing right now here in the fourth quarter, but still just a 4-point game. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And now they look content to kill for a little bit. Dixon with it left wing side. Dixon gives back to Jordan. Jordan fires it to the baseline. Strayhorn tries to split the defenders. Reverses back out. Jordan in rhythm for 3. No good. Big miss. Rebound to Delenti. Great look for Joya Crawford, and Crawford missed it. Delenti picks up her dribble. Mullins in the half court. 3:55 to go. Upperman scoreless now over a half of this quarter.
We still haven't hit the media timeout, by the way.
Stiles with it. Stiles back to Butler. Yeah, we're playing a lot of non-stoppage basketball. Butler drives. Gracie Butler, good for 2. Tough take. 11 tonight for Gracie Butler, and it's a 2-point game again. 3:35 to go as Joya Crawford establishes half-court possession. We have not had a stoppage in several minutes as these two teams go back and forth in a title game.
We had one at 5:09. It has not stopped since then.
Right side, Dixon. Dixon, crossover move. Drives and kicks again, open. This time Jordan from way downtown, and it's good. Shelby Jordan for 3. Dana McWilliams calls timeout. 3:13 to go in the game. It's a 5-point Dyersburg Lady Trojans lead, and they think they're on the doorstep of a state championship. We'll find out when we come back. Coverage presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center. Buckeye Home Medical wants to wish good luck to the Lady Bees tonight. Visit whybuckeye.com for more information. Upperman now with their backs against the wall. 3:13 to go in the game. Still a two-possession game at 38-33. But Dyersburg starting to rein it in from downtown. Difference in the game, Jacob Vincent, 7 triples for the Dyersburg Ladies Trojans.
Yeah, 7 for 18 from downtown. Started the game 3 for 10, but they are 4 of their last 8. A couple of huge ones by Joya Crawford that have knocked down. And, of course,
Shelby Jordan.
Strayhorn as well, and then Jordan hitting one. Strayhorn early on, Jordan hitting a big one as well. Hitting some big shots, and Upperman needs a bucket here. They need to go down. Doesn't have to be a 3, but you need a bucket to cut into this lead because the Dyersburg faithful, they are into it, and they're getting behind this team.
Starting 5 for the Upperman Lady Bees are on the floor. It's 3 seniors, Gracie Hamilton, Bella Stiles, Bella Mullins, and 2 sophomores, Gracie Butler and Taylor Delenti. The 2 of the 3 seniors, Hamilton and Mullins, have won a state championship for Upperman. Stiles, Butler, and Delenti have all played in a state tournament game. Can they rely on that experience in the next 3 minutes and 10 seconds as we get back to action? Bella Mullins with the basketball as she crosses the timeline. Mullins sends it inside to Butler. Looking backdoor, Butler now back to Delenti. Delenti back to Mullins as they'll reset. Under 3 to play. Upperman now needs a bucket in a low-scoring game. Butler with it. Looking back door, and that one's telegraphed. Intercepted, and here come the Lady Trojans with tempo. Crawford into the half-court, crossover, steps through. Joya Crawford, no, got her own rebound, though. The putback swiped away. Taylor Delenti with the steal. Here comes Gracie Butler like a freight train. Butler drives in, good for 2.
Massive turnover there. That is their first turnover of the ball game. And a second turnover of the ball game, and they're able to turn it into points. And
now Gracie Hamilton chasing Strayhorn, who throws up the mid-range jumper. No, that's way too quick of a shot. They're giving him a gift. Hamilton with the rebound. Upperman now getting a few gifts. Now here comes Bella Mullins with numbers if they hurry. Over to Butler. Gracie Butler going to drive in, reverses to Stiles. 2:10 to go. It's a 1-score game. 2 straight quick attempts for Dyersburg has left the door open. Stiles looks back, waiting for the play. Now Mullins going to go get the basketball. If Crawford will let her, she's not intent to, but she does get the ball to Mullins. 1:56 to go. You don't need a 3, but if it's a 2, you're going to need it soon. Stiles with it left side, flips back to Butler. Butler drives the lane. Gracie Butler fouled. And 2 free throws for Gracie Butler at the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 1:47 to play. Lady Bees with an opportunity now to cut it to a point.
That's just the first team foul called on Dyersburg here in the fourth quarter as well, so they are not in trouble of picking up or putting Upperman in the bonus, but 2 free throws here are big ones.
And the first one rattles home for Gracie Butler. She has 5 points in the quarter. That's all the points in the frame for the Lady Bees. Second one for Butler. Flies it away, and she got it. That's clutch. 2 for 2 for Butler. 1:47 to go all of a sudden. It's a 1-point game, and here comes the press. Jordan works past Hamilton, who stays right on her hip. Jordan now has it tipped. Hamilton with the steal. Hamilton finds Delenti, and Upperman with a chance to take the lead. Over to Gracie Butler. Butler is fouled. And now slamming her hands against the desk is Dixon. She's got to be careful. It's her second team foul against Dyersburg. And Gracie Hamilton's speed forces the turnover. Lady Bees basketball down 91 seconds to go. And Coach Tim Strayhorn wants a full timeout. You're seeing the difference in experience. Dyersburg had a 2-possession lead. Jacob Vincent, they're going too fast, and Upperman has capitalized so far.
Well, they got up by 5 points, the media timeout, and you looked over at the Dyersburg fans. They were taking videos, they're jumping around, they're dancing around, and just like that, Upperman makes it a 1-point game. They get the basketball back, 1:31 to go. Now, Upperman's obviously not in the lead yet. This is still a big possession, and for Dyersburg, they've been playing some pretty good defense. You got to get a bucket here. You got to take it inside. Gracie Butler has been massive in fourth quarters here in the state tournament, and really all year long. Give it to number 22 and let her go to work.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. 931-979-7145. Make sure you tell Sonja thank you for making it possible for us to be here tonight.
Thank you, Sonja.
Upperman is down 1 point with the basketball in front of their bench. When we get back to action here, the possession arrow belongs to the Lady Bees. Neither team close to the bonus yet. Dyersburg with 2 fouls called against them. Upperman with just 1. Lady Bees have 2 timeouts remaining. Dyersburg with 3. That's where we stand right now. Gracie Butler, imagine it's time for her to try to pound the rock into the lane.
Yeah, and Dyersburg, we saw it there. You mentioned Dixon slammed her hands on the scores table. There's been a couple of plays now. Obviously, they got the tee early on as well in that third quarter, late in the third quarter, where the emotions are starting to run a little bit high.
And now all of a sudden, it's the Lady Bee fans on their feet making noise. Because during that timeout, it was all Dyersburg, but they still do lead. Inbounds comes to Mullins. Mullins fakes the handoff, drives inside. Bella Mullins laying good for 2. Upperman back in front. 1:26 to go. They faked it to Butler, and Mullins finished it off the glass. Here's Dixon now trying to bring it up. She crosses the timeline. Dyersburg very capable of answering. Crawford claps her hands. She wants the ball. She has the ball. 1:10 to go. Upperman can be very aggressive. No foul trouble as Dixon flips back now to Jordan. Shelby Jordan off the dribble, poked by Mullins, she gets it back. Back over right side, Joya Crawford, 56 seconds left. Crawford tries to drive in, puts it up, good, and 1. Joya Crawford with a tough finish in traffic. Dyersburg in front by a point. She's at the line to try to complete a 3-point play. Bella Stiles with her 3rd. Crawford cannot stretch it beyond 2. But a timeout again going to be called by Coach Strayhorn with 50.9 seconds. Pressure back now again to the Lady Bees.
That was a heck of a drive by Crawford, who has been held pretty much in check for most of this game. She's now into double figures with 10 points with that bucket. This is a big free throw because if you don't go up by 1, you leave the door open to still get a 2-point bucket and take a lead with 50 seconds to play in the ball game.
Hey, next time down the floor, if you're Dana McWilliams, you're saying if she starts to drive, you can hack her. You only have 2 fouls against you. You don't allow her to get to the spot and try to get to the free throw line. But, of course, Upperman first has to hope for a missed free throw, and even if not, they got to go find a way to get some points on the other end.
Absolutely. They got to go down. Obviously, they've drawn up some really, really good plays. Bella Mullins was wide open on a layup. They've had a few plays where they have had some open shots, but this time you're going to have to go the length of the court. It may come off of a miss, and if it does, you got to go probably pretty fast to catch the Dyersburg defense off guard. If it comes off a make, you're probably going to have to deal with that full court pressure.
This is the first free throw upcoming of the night for Joya Crawford, but she's a really good free throw shooter. She's a great basketball player. Despite the job Upperman's done on her tonight, she's already up to 10 points. After that, 2, looking to convert the and 1. It was a foul, no question about it. She finished off the glass and will go to the line here out of the timeout. Upperman knows if she misses, they got a rebound, and either way, they're going to need a basket on the other end. What a game here. The top 2 teams in the classification going at it late, 10:07 p.m. on a Saturday night in Murfreesboro. Gold ball on the line. Crawford is at the line here as we get back to action. The official holds up 1 finger and throws it to her. Crawford, 3 dribbles, spins it back in her left hand, flies away the right-handed free throw, and she missed it. The rebound down low and grabbed by Dyersburg. Put back, no, and a foul. Offensive rebound as it missed off the front of the iron, and Dixon to the line. Natala Dixon, she's 1 for 2 so far, goes back here to shoot 2 more.
21 rebounds on the night, 10 of those are offensive rebounds so far for Dyersburg.
That is not a foul. That is not a foul that just got called against Upperman. but I digress. Back to action here. 2 free throws coming for Natala Dixon. 3 dribbles, spins it away. Up and good. Nothing but land on that one. They cannot make it a 2-possession game, but they could force a 3 or an and 1 needed for Upperman.
Well, now you need a good box out if you're Upperman.
And that was the 3rd on Gracie Butler. Next one for Dixon. Up. No good. This time Hamilton with a rebound. A break for Upperman as they miss 2 free throws. Here's Butler. Cut off. Able to keep her foot. It's punched. Back to Butler. Butler gets it to Mullins. Chaotic sequence. Lady Bees basketball. 36 seconds. Dana McWilliams with 2 timeouts in her back pocket. She's not taking it. 32 seconds. Mullins surveys the floor. 28 seconds. She may want this timeout here. 25. 2-point game. State championship on the line. They go to work. Right side Delenti. Back to Mullins. Now Hamilton. 17 seconds. Bounces Butler. Backdoor cut Mullins. Fouled on the floor, but it's free throws. They're in the bonus. No, they're not. My apologies. 3rd team foul against Dyersburg. So it'll be an inbound pass. My apologies. Mullins got fouled on her way in. It took away what would have been a layup attempt. And now we have a whistle and a timeout called once again by Coach Strayhorn. He has 1 more in his back pocket. We will catch our breath. 13.6 seconds to go in the basketball game, Jacob. An opportunity here for Upperman to try to set something up on the clipboard.
Yeah, and I wondered if she would burn a timeout, especially after the foul was called. Instead, Coach Strayhorn is going to take the timeout. So Upperman still has 2 timeouts remaining, 13.6 seconds. They're going to inbound from that right baseline and try to get it in. Who do you go to? You're going to have some options. Yep. We've seen Bella Mullins to the line. Obviously, you're going to have Taylor Delenti possibly for an open 3 on the outside. And you can also go with Gracie Butler. You're going to have a lot of options, and that's exactly who you want on the clipboard. Coach McWilliams here with 13.6 seconds to go. Down by 2 with the ball underneath their own basket. All kinds of options here if you're Upperman.
41-39 the score. Once again, that foul was called on Joya Crawford, just her 2nd, team's 3rd. So Dyersburg with 1 more foul to give, then Upperman would go to the line. Lady Bees cannot turn the basketball over here. They've got to leave this possession with at least 2 points in order to try to win this state championship.
And only 3 team fouls on Dyersburg, so they still have a foul to give.
2 timeouts left for Dana McWilliams if they get into trouble. 1 left for Coach Strayhorn in Dyersburg. Dyersburg missed 2 free throws in their last 2 trips down. That's left the door open for the Lady Bees. Bella Mullins to inbound beneath the basket. She looks. Now a timeout called. As they were trying to set up a play for Gracie Butler, they defended it very nicely, and she immediately called timeout. That was the plan from Coach McWilliams.
Yeah, Gracie Butler started on the bottom side of the stack, ran all the way up to the left elbow, and then immediately tried to run back down to the left block and try to get open. It was really good defense by Dyersburg to stay in front. They were just essentially trying to catch the defense off guard, and when you've got those 2 timeouts in your back pocket, that's just fine because you can burn 1 and you still have 1 more. So now you try to draw up something else, or even you go back to that play, and maybe it works that time. If not, then you go to your 2nd option and get the basketball in, and you go through your play.
What a game this has been tonight. 13.6 seconds to go in the Class 3A state tournament. It's the only good game of the tournament so far. 41-39 the score. Yeah, it's definitely the only good championship game of the tournament. 41-39 the score. Dyersburg with the lead, but Upperman has the basketball. The possession arrow belongs to the Lady Bees. Both teams have been called for 3 fouls. Dyersburg with 1 timeout remaining. Upperman with 1 as well out of this one.
So Dyersburg still a foul to give if they need it, if the ball is inbounded by Upperman. And we'll see what Coach McWilliams decides to go with here.
If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Helps us out a whole lot here. And thanks Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate for making it possible for us to be here. This time Gracie Butler is going to inbound it. They're going to a different set. Butler from next to the backboard here underneath the basket. 13.6 seconds to go in this championship game. Butler surveys, running out of time. Now flows it over the top to Delenti, who has it. Back to Mullins, 12 seconds. 10 seconds. Here we go for the championship. Mullins with 7. Bella Mullins off the crossover. Spins in the timeout. An extra second ran off. It was a bad look for Upperman. And now, do they go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie? 3.8 seconds to go. It's a great opportunity to remind you the time on the screen is not official. It is not official. The only clock that matters is the one in the gym, and our clock is not synced up. 3.8 seconds to go. It's 39-41, Jacob. Possession arrow belongs to Upperman. They did not get a look that they wanted there. So now we'll see where this inbound's coming in, and they got to get a buzzer beater.
I think that's what Coach McWilliams is trying to find out right now, where the ball is going to come in at. She's talking with the officials. They're still trying to figure it out if it's going to be taken out in front of the bench.
It's going to be taken out right next to the bench. So 3.8 seconds. That's
I
not
think
necessarily ideal if you're Upperman, unless you can get a downhill driver.
Or if you can get an open three, possibly somebody open on the right wing or a skip pass all the way over to the left side. We'll see what Coach McWilliams draws up here. I kind of like it. They're putting Sadie South in, so they're putting some shooters in there.
Yep.
I kind of like going for a three in this spot.
Try to win the basketball game. 3.8 seconds go. It's 41-39. Upperman looking for a buzzer beater to maybe win a state championship. Dana McWilliams is coaching her tail off right now in that huddle, as is Coach Tim Strayhorn, as the top two teams in the bracket go at it tonight for a gold ball. What a game it has been. And here we go out of the timeout. 3.8 seconds to go. Upperman does still have one timeout remaining if the clock up top is accurate. So both teams with one timeout. Upperman to inbound.
They have zero.
It is zero. Just changed. Thank you very much. Butler going to inbound the basketball. Here we go. For championship. Gracie Butler has the ball. They go to work. Delenti flares to the top of the key. Inside Styles. It went through her hands and out of play. And the clock ran all the way down. There should be time put up on the clock. There should be about 2.5 seconds as the clock ran out. They stopped it. It went right through Styles' hands underneath the basket. She was open. Would have been a lay-in attempt. And instead, they're going to add time here as it reads .2. It was easily.
It was a full 1 and 1.5 seconds
easily
off the clock.
1.5 to 2 seconds should be left. But it's going to take a miracle now for the Lady Bees.
Well, you got to get a really, really quick foul. And I think Coach Strayhorn's going to take a timeout here.
He is. Coach Strayhorn's going to take a timeout. How much time are they putting on the clock here? It reads .2. Now they add, so it's 1.7 seconds to go in this ball game. Upperman's only chance is a steal and a putback really quickly here, or somehow getting a couple of fouls called against Dyersburg. They had Bella Styles on the cut inside. It just went off her left hand and out of play.
Yeah, that's your best chance to get the win here, or at least send it to overtime. So I think you probably guard the inbound, and then you got to trap everywhere and get. Well, you can't trap. I mean, you got to go for the steal no matter what.
And that was the DeKalb County play. They beat DeKalb County in Smithville on that exact play. Styles caught it, went up, got fouled, made a free throw, and they won. Now with 1.7 to go, Upperman with no timeouts left either needs a major league miracle if they want a chance at this one. Dyersburg on the doorstep of their first state championship. What a game it has been. What a fourth quarter it has been. They're going to inbound beneath the basket. Upperman has to steal the basketball here and put in a shot quickly to force overtime or win this game.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's got to be quick. Even if they steal it, they only got 1.7. That's enough to maybe take one dribble, but you got to put it up pretty quickly afterwards.
And you are not going to defend the inbounder. Ava Mae Allen is into the game, and now they're trying to inbound it, looking for a window. They get it in. It's tipped out of play. And it goes the other way to Dyersburg, and that's a break for him. 1.1 second now, and Upperman is out of time, all likelihood. Now the inbound coming. Dyersburg fires it into Crawford. She's fouled. The clock expires. Will that do it? We'll wait and see.
They got a foul.
They called the foul, so it is not over yet.
Ooh, they got to be careful.
Yeah, they do have to be careful. They should show some.
Yeah, they are.
The buzzer sound. Oh, now one of the cheerleaders ran up and jumped and tried to dunk a ball. But they're not. And the Upperman fans are saying that's a technical. The buzzer sound, they all ran out onto the floor. By the rule book, it is a technical, but man, that would be a huge controversy if they call that.
So now 0.2.
At 0.2, it is over unless they somehow called a technical foul, which they are not. It's not the bonus.
Yeah,
so
and if you're Dyersburg,
you
just throw this into the front court.
Yeah,
you don't even worry about throwing it into the back court.
Yep. And now they will inbound it with 0.2 seconds to go. From the baseline. Jordan gets it in, and that will do it. The Dyersburg Lady Trojans are the 2024 Class 3A state champions in a classic. Final score, Dyersburg 41, Upperman 39. A fitting championship game here in the 3A classification.
Yeah, what a game that was. That was a tremendous game. A really, really good win by Dyersburg. An absolute battle between these two sides, and for Upperman, a lot of emotion on that sideline right now, and rightfully so. They battled in this game, and Dyersburg jubilation on that side as well. The first state title in school history for Dyersburg. How about that turnaround for Coach Strayhorn? 6 wins just 2 seasons ago. Makes the state tournament last year for just the 11th time in school history. They're back here this year, and they win their first ever state title. That is one heck of a turnaround.
This is the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show. The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. as for the fourth time, the Lady Bees will bring a silver ball home to Baxter. An absolute dogfight of a game till the end. It was back and forth throughout. Dyersburg was able to get a 6-point lead, weren't able to stretch it past that. Upperman showed a lot of resilience in this game, and this is the way a state championship game should be, Jacob. All the strategy, the defense, some big shots on both ends, and in the end, a fitting champion in the Dyersburg Lady Trojans.
And if you'll remember, Upperman had a lead. It was the drive by Crawford. The bucket was good to put them back up, and then the offensive rebound after the miss. Otherwise, it would have been a chance for Upperman to go back down, and possibly it would have only been a 1-point lead at the time. Instead, they get an offensive rebound, and they're able to put one free throw in. I think it was Dixon who got the offensive rebound and then knocked down a free throw. A big free throw there, and what a win for Dyersburg. I mean, Upperman gave them as many punches as they could late in the game. Dyersburg played a really, really good fourth quarter, and they are absolutely the champions here in 3A.
This is the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show. The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. You know, it's easy to forget. We talked about it pregame. This was the rebuilding year for the Lady Bees. Right. You know, this was the year that they were expected to take a step back. They ended up going 2 steps further than they did a year ago, and they had every bit of the chance. A couple of bounces go a different way. You don't have a player who's a 28% free throw shooter who makes the first 4 threes of the game, or first 3 threes of the game, and maybe you win a state championship, but that's not how this sport works. Dyersburg earned this win tonight, but for Upperman, a great effort in this title game. They showed they belong in the big stage once again, and the future very bright for the Lady Bees when you look at what they have coming back.
Yeah, of course, they're going to lose a few seniors on the squad. Of course, the 2 Bellas that played really well out of the starting lineup, and a lot of emotion over there on the sideline. Coach McWilliams trying to talk up her team. And again, it's going to be a silver ball. You're still bringing back hardware, and you said it too. It was a rebuilding year, and we pretty much thought that all season long. They made it here the championship game again. They gave themselves a chance in the championship game. And you can't say enough about this Dyersburg team. They absolutely earned this victory tonight. A couple of big wins in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and they were far and away the best team in the 3A classification this year.
2 points, far and away. 2 points. They have earned the right to be called the best team in the 3A classification, certainly. So Ray's asking about, listen, you're not going to call, and I get, by the nature of the law, when they rush the court, you could call a technical. You're not going to do that.
The buzzer did sound.
The buzzer sounded. That's not the spirit of the rule, where you're going to call a technical and decide a state championship because you rushed the floor, and they got right off the floor. That's I get it, but no, that definitely is not a technical foul, and this was a fitting champion. There's no controversy at the end of this basketball game. It was just a great basketball game between 2 really good teams, Jacob Vincent. Let's go through the scoring for the Upperman Lady Bees in this ball game. 15 points for Gracie Butler. She has emerged once again as a superstar and will come back next year for her junior season. Oh, and she'll have her twin back with her next year. Maggie Butler will return to the Lady Bees lineup. She was going to be a starter this year before tearing her ACL before the season started. Bella Mullins with 11 points, the senior. Bella Stiles with 2. Taylor Delenti with 6. Sadie South with 3. And Ella Harrell with 2 for the Lady Bees tonight for a team total of 39. Dyersburg led tonight with 14 points from KK Strayhorn, the granddaughter of Coach Strayhorn. That's going to be a fun family occasion, I think, for those two. Congratulations to them. Joya Crawford with 10 points tonight. Shelby Jordan had 7. Natala Dixon with 6. And Callie Macklin had 4 as they announce the all-tournament team here in the gym. That's why you hear the cheers. Gracie Butler and Gracie Hamilton share a hug. Gracie Hamilton, you think about this senior class, the starters, the 3 that we mentioned already, Bella Stiles, Bella Mullins, and Gracie Hamilton, they graduate with 3 home sub-state games. That means 3 region championships, 3 state tournament appearances, a state championship, a state runner-up, a very highly decorated senior class. But it goes beyond them. You go deeper into the bench. Allie Jones, Darcy Hickey among the other seniors on this team. A tremendous senior class that have continued the tradition on for Upperman, and they bring back all that they bring back. Oh, and a few really good 8th graders making their way up as well.
Yeah, and Taylor Delenti, Gracie Hamilton, and Gracie Butler on the all-tournament team, and so is Bella Mullins. So they get some really good players on this all-tournament team. Of course, a lot of emotion coming from Bella Mullins. You saw it from Gracie Butler as well. But they played their hearts out in this game. They played their hearts out this season. I mean, you got to give it a tip of the cap to the job that Coach McWilliams did this year. Obviously, a tip of the cap to the job that Coach Strayhorn did this year as well for Dyersburg. And just a really tremendous season for the Upperman Lady Bees. And this that senior class is incredible. Kind of the path that they have set here for Upperman. Obviously, it was set already, but what they have continued here now in their 4 years, and just setting it up for on down the road as well.
Time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, Jacob Vincent. He's not the player of the game. He's thinking about who the player of the game should be.
I think I want to go with Joya Crawford.
Yeah.
Joya Crawford, 10 points. She had pretty much the game-winning drive, and she wins the MVP as well here in the All-Tournament. So she's going to be the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. She had the drive to the basket to put them up by 1 point, then the rebound afterwards and the free throw, and Joya Crawford is going to be your Player of the Game, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game.
Joya Crawford, Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. For the first time in school history, Dyersburg are state champions. Upperman in their 7th state tournament or championship game appearance. Their 12th appearance overall. They bring home a silver ball to Baxter in a absolute classic. 41-39, the only really competitive championship game of the day, came in this 3A classification. Ho-hum. Everyone liked to talk down at the 3A classification. That was an entertaining basketball game. I don't care who you are, but I'm sure they will continue to say whatever they want to say. Hey, this basketball season for the girls' side is over. Basketball season is not, though. We're here for the last girls' game. We'll be here for the first boys' game. 9:30 a.m. as the Cookeville Cavaliers on Wednesday open up their state tournament run. The Upperman Bees on Thursday night. Back here at the Glass House for the first time in a couple of years. Ty Cobb, he's coming. He was here tonight. He's going to be on the floor the next time Upperman is in the building on Thursday night. We'll also have coverage of Gordonsville. Baseball, Monday. I'll be back here in Rutherford County as the Upperman Bees travel to town to take on Smyrna on Monday. Tuesday night, they go to Rockville, and I will be there. The Bees, after back-to-back state championship game appearances, one title, looking to make their way back. We'll also have coverage of other games. Jacob Vincent, we're going to look at
somewhere.
We're going to look at the broadcast. We're going to look at the schedules and figure out where we're going to be, but we will have spring sports season fired up here as girls basketball season comes to a conclusion. We have one state champion in the Upper Cumberland. It's the Pickett County Lady Bobcats. Another silver ball coming home as the Upperman Lady Bees fall 41-39. Thank you so much. If you watched all the streams, if you just listened to this one here tonight, if you're an Upperman fan, if you're a fan of another team, we appreciate that. Thank you very, very much to all of the sponsors, and especially tonight, Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. She's been with us the whole time. We're not done yet. We'll probably hear more from her during the boys tournament as well. The Lady Bees bringing a silver ball home to Baxter. Final score tonight in the Class 3A state championship game. Dyersburg 41, Upperman 39. I'm Noah McKay. For Jacob Vincent to my right and everybody at UCR, we'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area, including complete coverage of this game. Have a great weekend, everybody.